Well, actually, I've been up for a little bit now. I thought I would do a breakfast show today with you guys, and we'll talk about humor in many ways. We'll talk about the ancient style, the Hippocratic ideas of what the humors were, the wet, dry, hot and cold, the phlegm, the bile, the blood. Um, there's connected to seasons, much as if you watched an earlier video I did of mine from I don't know 3 years ago was the breathing patterns. There's four breathing patterns that are connected to seasons. They're connected to the four elements that are connected to. So it all ties in. Where's the humor gone? And quite literally, let's talk about humor. Let's talk about what's funny and what people just. I can you say anything today without offending someone? Like even asking, if you made a humor about offending someone, they'd be offended that you made a joke about offending someone. That's where we are. It's it's the amount of it's beyond me. So I figured let's just do things. If everything they do in the world is backwards, which it is, let's do the opposite. Normally, what I would do is no, what's up, Doctor Mango Rex? What's up, Fire Drake? Yes. So mostly people would not drink in the morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drink in the morning. Now I've already given the reasons why Western society uses their substances in the wrong way. I've explained this very in depth many times. It's quite legitimate that when they use alcohol, when they use tobacco, when they use coffee, and obviously most of it is adulterated, so you don't even want it. But if you're using alcohol, tobacco, and coffee, you're using it in the wrong way. You're using it backwards. It's about creativity and implementing creativity. Getting up in the morning and having coffee doesn't make a lot of sense because you just all of a sudden you spaz out. You're like, I gotta do something. I gotta make something happen. And then at the end of the day, you want to become creative, but then you pass out and go to bed, and all your creativity is gone. And you get up in the morning and you got a job to do. Well, if you flip it around, it makes a lot more sense that you would, there's a reason you'd have afternoon, shots of espresso, of some coffee. So once in the morning you get up and you have a drink, some wine perhaps. I'm gonna drink a PBR that was the ass end from last night, and I'm gonna do a shot of vodka, and then I'm gonna do a breakfast recipe. I normally don't have, and so I'm gonna do it backwards for me too because I normally don't eat that much, and I normally don't eat during the day. I usually wait until sundown because there's a billion reasons you shouldn't eat during the day, and because it robs energy from you. It's one of the major reasons. But there's this recipe that I really like and I wanted to make, and it's an old 18th century British recipe of butter eggs with nutmeg. It's a really simple recipe, but it's something that it's just a little spin on something that I like to do. I like to make a very it's another British style egg, but it doesn't call for any spices. It's just more of a little butter, little cream, perhaps, and whipped. So it's nice and fluffy and almost uncooked. Not, it's a little soggy, and then very crunchy toast. I thoroughly enjoy that. And then if you add some fresh chopped, maybe some tomatoes, some basil or something, cilantro, cracked pepper. But I wanted to go make this recipe because it calls for like quite a bit of butter, nutmeg, which is weird. I've never really put that in eggs. Um, Cracked pepper, a little bit of cream, but I don't have cream, so I'll have to just use a little. I'll just have to make do with some yogurt, which suffice. And we'll go make that. We'll do shots of vodka, and we'll talk about what's funny, because whether you like it or not, I'm fucking funny, super funny, and you can laugh at me or with me, whatever you like. I get a healthy dose of both. Mango, I didn't. I've not yet. I really right after I got off the video, like right when I was done. Like I took like a 2 minute, like I was like in bed. I was like, I'll check this dude's videos out. No, I'll check it. I'll check it today. I want to see some of your videos, definitely. I'm not bullshitting. Despite I have a long list of people that are always like, "Dad, check this out." I'll check your shit out. For sure. What's up, Divine Hazel? Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna yeah, because what I have is the Chinese five spice, the Asian kind of Chinese five spice, and I have those singular spices. Like I have, but they're in my I have. If you've ever seen my old closet of spices and herbs, I just don't have room for them in my kitchen, so I need to get a cabinet for out here. And I've been uh, money this year has been quite thin, so like extracurricular beyond like if I can get a cabinet, it cost me $100 so I can drink for 10 days. I'm just gonna leave my herbs over there, I guess. So, anyways, so yeah, I do have nutmeg. I do have all of the herbs singularly, but what I had in the cabinet is a five spice, which is going to be anise, cinnamon, I believe, nutmeg, anise, cinnamon, nutmeg, and I forget what. I want to say cardamom, but that's an Indian one. I don't think that's going to be in the Asian five spice. Anyway, so I'll use a bit of that, cracked pepper, and it calls for a lot of butter. So it's usually the recipe would call for like, let's see, 8 eggs, quarter pound of butter. Quarter pound of butter is a stick, right? So 4 eggs would be half a stick, right? This is right. And 2 eggs would be a quarter of a stick. That's a lot of butter. You usually just want to butter it in the pan. Or there is a French style of making eggs. I guess I could do 2 styles of eggs for you guys. The other style is to butter and oil in a pan, a lot of it, and it's basically like you might as well just deep fry an egg. But then don't deep fry eggs because you don't want to get all of the other flavors from all of the other shit that you're deep frying on the egg. But if you do it in a low, um, you do it in a small pan, and you can kind of shallow fry eggs. It's pretty dope. So if you whip them up all nice, and then when you put them in there, they kind of pop and they kind of get really super fluffy. Yeah, you gotta be careful with the temperature though. So we could do that. It could be fun. Do 2 kinds of eggs for you guys. But we definitely need to go some vodka. So I don't know. I haven't really um, day drink. Well, actually, I've been day drinking, but just beer. And I haven't morning drank in a while. Just felt like it's cold today. Ain't shit to do. They re-closed down New Orleans because obviously, see all these people just falling all over left and right. So yeah, that's what these humors though. Like, what? Look at the people. You can't say anything these days without offending people. It's like everybody's up to. I mean, I get right now what the thing is. I could get the sensitivity in people's, you, the jobby thing, the work thing, the money thing, the can't go out, the socialization. I get all that, but like even before this, people's lack of humor was amazing. Like that just like how people just are so they like it's like Ricky Gervais. So many people have said this in so many ways. I always like the way Ricky Gervais said it. It's like you're offended. So what? That's your problem. That's your offense, not mine. Like I can't sit here and make safe passages for your mental inadequacies, and that's mine. He didn't say that. I said that part. Um, you know, it's like so you have the right to be as offended as you want, but I can make a joke if I want. So settle down. Like carry the burdens. Well, I'm so offended for who you've said these nasty things about it. So how dare you? And the internet only helps to breed this type of this moral outrage, but it's a feint on it. It's a oh, I'm so outraged. But then they do it and they really do end up kind of feeling that out, even though they're at first is it like a fawning or fainting towards something that they're acting it out like I must be morally outraged. It's I mean it's everything. It's the virtue signaling of the whole thing. virtue signaling and this fake moral outrage. Like the world's still moving. Nobody's really that, you know. Nobody's really that like anything that's gone on. Like I don't know if anybody lived in the 80s or 90s when you got like Andrew Dice Clay and um, okay, that was just across the board. Everyone could get a laugh out of that. Man, woman, anyone. It didn't matter. It just was. No matter how, his shit right now, it didn't age well. Most of his shit wasn't that funny. It was just he was just so way a fucking dice man. It didn't really age well. But then you got some other comedians that were doing shit. I mean, through the years, I mean, look at all the comedians. A lot of them were just like right now, you don't have to do anything to be what would be called edgy. If you go back into the comedy almanac, the history of comedy and these people that like, these Lenny Bruces and these and I don't want I hate when people say that. I'll pull that back. Lenny Bruce. There was Lenny Bruce. There was not Lenny Bruce's. When people say it, they mean people like that, and I get what they're getting at. But I don't know why I said that. I will give myself 5 lashings for that. Take myself back to the times of the Dark Ages with the Christian. Yeah, those ones. Yeah, lots of comedians just stepping boundaries. Now, so the boundary used to get stepped and then move the boundary forward so comedy could take a forward, a look into the future and start leaning into other things that were. Now what they've done is they pushed the boundary behind the comedians. And the comedians who are standing in front of the boundaries, they're getting cancel cultured. Do you see what I'm saying? So comedy was always taking the boundary of what's humorous and pushing it to a new level, which is good. It's healthy for society. We find more humor in things. We get more tolerant of each other. That we find more humor in our own faults and other people's faults and everything, and it becomes more of laughter rather than anger and aggression. And so the comedians went so far with it, and then what happened? Then some people, I don't know how they did it. You call them the feminazis. You call these fake moral outrage people, these people that lean a certain way. They grab the line and put it over here, and then everyone that was beyond that line, cancel culture. And now all the people that are doing things that are not even considered progressive or offensive or future thinking. They're not even good comedians. They're not even that funny. They're saying that they have to go like this. Ooh, comedians never did that. They pulled their balls out and they stepped forward and they said, "This is the fuck what it is, and this is funny. And if you don't like it, that's your problem. But we're gonna laugh." And then eventually society would catch up and realize it's just a joke. Stereotypes and all this shit is just a joke. It's not. It's not to harm people. It's not to hurt people. Sticks and stones would break my bones, but names would never hurt me. So why don't go back to kindergarten? It's like we got to take these kids back to kindergarten. That'll be my first special. Taking these motherfuckers back to kindergarten, because that's obviously they need to go back to Germany and even understand what the words kindergarten means and even understand but we can't educate people also and be delightfully humorous, can we? Perhaps. So yeah, so now all of these people that are the best comedians out right now, they're not pushing a bar though. Both of the 3 comedians that I've heard speak on the things that are the unspeakable, they still kind of fall in. They kind of still fall in line with what can be said. They use the classic Noam Chomsky, where Chomsky came out and said the thing about society, the thing about media is and government is they'll let you speak at depth to as deep as you want out of a very small, narrow set of ideas. You could speak to the end of the world on these 2 things, but you can't speak about these things. Those things are but so they give the illusion that you can be as rabble-rousing and raunchy and strange as you want, as long as you're talking about these things. So you could talk as much shit as you want about a Republican or a Democrat, but you can't talk about the system itself. You can't talk about the media. The media can say anything it wants and actually go the route of using, I don't know, it's 2 things that they're pretty much not supposed to do. It's libel and slander. So whether they say it on the media or write it in a newspaper, this is what they do. They libel and slander everything. But if you say anything that they even perceive to be anything, even if it's a joke, they're just we live in a goddamn a cartoon comedy special right now. Just this thing, Facebook and Instagram have somehow apparently the canceled what's your orange dude's name? Trumpy Dumper, the Dumpy Trumps. You can make fun of him as much as you want, right? That's the thing. But you can't say shit about Biden and Kamala Harris because they're obviously so wildly like. That's who we. I don't even know how this works anymore. You can't. You can't. You're not allowed to. So you gotta make the jokes that they want you to make at the time. So everybody's just. I will say what you say when you say it. I will say what you say when you say it. It's Where's your mask? Yeah, I got your fucking mask right here. Hey. Oh shit. Got some bubbles too. Should I go make these eggs? Oh, Afro Man. I like it. I like it. So this guy with a premature ejaculation problem comes out of nowhere. I've not heard that before. I like it. I've heard that premise, but yeah, that's good delivery. Well, talking about the humors, as far as hypocrites go, Hippocrates, however you like to say that, I think it plays an obvious line in people's actual sense of humor. I mean, you'd say there's people that in England have dry sense of humor, and England, as anybody knows, is a dark, dreary, wet. It's a moist, cold place. So their humor would be kind of sharp or hot and dry. They're very dry people, but they're sharp-witted when it comes to their humor. So I think that balances things out for them because I don't know. I've never been there, but most people the whole perception is their food fucking sucks, and they. Well, I mean, see, from my perception, it's not my perception, but they claim to have somehow invented the English language, but they royally suck at speaking it properly. In fact, they say most words wrong, completely. But then they'll say they don't. I'm like, is everybody else hearing this too? Like, yeah, they don't know what they're saying. And they're just like, oh, but we do. And like, throwing L's over there, just throw an R on that for no reason. Get rid of the middle letter there. Who the fuck cares? They just, yeah, but this is how they taught us in school. How do you even, ugh. Could you even imagine a teacher if you read the thing, it'd be like going to learn English from a Chinese woman that her third language was English. Have you ever listened to them try to teach a class? It's not a English first language speaker who happens to know Chinese. They learned it later, so they already have their dialect on it, and it's like that's not how you say that. Now I'm all for interesting, depending on where you're from and having a little bit of style to your language. But when you're just saying the word improperly, it's like I feel like we're in the movie Hero with Jet Li, and he goes and he gets to the king and he's talking about the different villages and he's talking about language for a second. He says, "How could we ever unify as one people if we have 1,000 words that 1,000 different ways to say the same thing? Like it doesn't even it means something somewhere else. It's like the Tower of Babel he speaks about. Great movie, great movie." Some people were not a fan of the movie because they got too deep in it and said it's communist propaganda, not understanding what the movie was really trying to say. Like they leave out the entire movie just for one little value. Very funny. Oh, I know. Yeah, Carson. I mean, how far can we go with the stupidity of everything? Like they're literally just they're just laughing. Could you imagine you're just like You like smoking the good shit. You got a couple giggles. You do a couple whippets. You take the funny pills, and you're just laughing your ass off. You know when you get in a really fucking perfect, get perfectly drunk with your friends, and you're having that laugh where you can't stop laughing, and everything is funny. They're literally just doing that right now. They're like, how is no one getting this? There's no way. Look at the pictures. There's literally a picture. Everything is so photo opt. They're let in, and they walk through. They're storming the gates. Yet they're walking through the red ropes. They didn't go outside of it. That would be storming, right? They're not breaking. They literally were let in, and then they're photo opping with everything. People are like, hey, take this, and like, hey. And one of the pictures is a picture of. I don't know it to be true, but I thought I'd seen it. I'm pretty sure that the source was CNN or something like this. Whatever. It was a picture of someone standing behind everything going on with what you can see. It's Nicolas Cage. It's Nicolas Cage. And if it's not Nicolas Cage, it's somebody made up to look like Nicolas Cage, and he's holding what looks like the same thing that Nicolas Cage stole. Like the whole thing is such a photo op. The dude sitting with his feet up on the desk, and he's like, "Arr, arr, arr," and then like the whole thing. It's so like the people that are arguing about it, that are really upset about it. I'm like, I think these people just throw in the towel. Just be done. This is not a world for you anymore. Are they just like at this point, like what should we do? Like we just start the business up, like, well, they don't want to listen. They don't want to have fun. Okay, fine. Go to the factory. Go work. Go build us something. Be our slaves. Because I think that's the thing, is like not having a sense of humor is you're binding yourself to some sort of slavery, like a mental slavery, not to find some humor in it. Like, granted, there's some wild shit that's going on, and it's completely grotesque and filthy and whatever, no doubt. I'm not dismissing that, but not finding the humor in like what was going on. Like, oh, listen to all these people that I thought that were intelligent, thought they had a sense about them, and they're talking about the news as if it's they're going into the black white dialogue. You see this, if this was the Black Lives Matter, like, oh Jesus Christ. Then you're like, oh, that you don't even know about Antifa. You don't even know about, like, okay, let's go deeper than that. You don't even know, like, this isn't just Trumpies supporters. This is like, because then if you say anything about it in the another direction, you immediately support Trump. I'm like, I don't support any part of this fucking system, you know. So I'm looking from the outside of the fishbowl with this shit, and people are just like, they get so caught up in it, and they believe it's somehow it's fictional. You try to tell somebody like everything is like you're saying is a staged, event. Like, yeah, maybe some of them, maybe, but there's people that still like, yeah, maybe there are people still getting hurt, but like, they signed up for it. If you go and make a movie, there's a chance that something weird's gonna happen. You want to be a stuntman. They hire stuntmen to do shit. They're like, here, pay. What do you want to do? They find the least amongst us, and they're like, we'll pay you this much to come in here, and I'll take that. And they will. Well, that dude with all that gear on, with that helmet, I don't know what kind of goofy shit is this. Every picture you see, it was staged. Why was only a certain amount of people going through the barricades, everybody else didn't? Why? Because they were let in. It's so fucking glaringly obvious. Oh shit. You find like we're in the middle of a simulation reset, and that's why everything is so ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The reset. If we're on the reset on an organic, inorganic, if we're living in a simulation, whatever it is, it's just this is outland. This whole thing is outlandish. It's like you could have never. When they say like you used to watch football or basketball, and you go, they could never script anything like this. Well, literally, they were scripting that, okay? Just to get that out your way. But some really crazy shit they scripted. But like this, everything's going on, you'd be like, no, come on. You couldn't really, no. It's unbelievable. It's like, literally, when you say, oh, that's unbelievable, most people mean, that's just crazy, but I believe it. That's what they mean. No, when I say unbelievable, I mean it's not believable. But yet, right now, we're in the midst of everything that's going on. Something that's so unbelievable that people go, you can't write this up. You can't make it up. I'm like, have you ever sat around, got really fucking, high and wrote a ridiculous story? Yeah, that's just what we're dealing with right now. Somebody is just laughing their ass off. And I think it's God. I think God did this. God did this to us, man. We didn't do it, you freak. Remember Fear and Loathing when he's saying, God did this to us, man. God didn't do this to us. uh, oh yeah, there you go. Now, on the positive side, I mean, how do the Simpsons always the Simps, the simulations, the Simps, whatever? How do they know what's gonna happen? He's a time traveler. Everybody jokes about it. They just go, oh, he's a time traveler, just joking. Yet they don't take it as any kind of like, no, they scripted it. Obviously, like you can't. The dude wasn't time traveling. He just knew it was gonna happen. Like if I say, hey, look it, in about 1 hour, you're gonna see me outside walking down the street, and I'm gonna go get some muffins. And all of a sudden, you see me an hour walking down. He predicted he's a time traveler. No, I didn't. I just told you what I knew was gonna happen. That's all the Simpsons have done. That's so goofy. uh, I've never seen the 12-ounce mouse. I don't know this, but I remember Mighty Mouse. I remember Mighty Mouse back in the day. And I never watched. You know what? I've named a couple of these. I understand the concept of how insane it is, but I've only seen a couple of Twilight Zones. I know, right? The Yuga cycles, the Dawn Zone. Oh yeah, you don't seriously mean it to me. I don't seriously mean it either. I do think we live on a computer board. I think that our realm is built on top of what you'd say is a computer. Like if you were to make a computer board right here, but then I were to make it bigger, and then I just made it as big as the land, and then I covered it up and with some different materials, purposeful materials, cooling systems, blah blah blah, and on top of it you create an environment that you can. That's where I think we live. I don't think we live in a simulation. I think we live on a computer board, on top of it, and then we interact with it in many ways because we are a type of battery. We're a capacitor. Yeah. Yep. I know this is what, yeah, Carson. That's what I say. It's a looking glass technology. Not that I don't believe, not that I don't see that there is the capacity to go into those types of states. Meditation, psychedelics, out of body, blah blah blah. And not to say that they can't create a technology that you could literally go into the future. Now, I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but I'm pretty certain in this idea he's already just given. Here's the script. Everybody, go ahead and make the cartoon. Go do this, and then just implement that. That's already there. Yeah, mango deuce. That's what we were getting to a little bit yesterday. Burp God, motherfucker. Um, yeah, of course, all of those things. The more we look at it, the more we see that the giants and all of these things were actually there were bones in there. They were living beings. These things perhaps 3D printed. The buildings were. That mountains are melted buildings. That everything that we're looking at is melted electronics. Considering most everything that we're seeing has a capacity to have an electrical charge put through it. Um, you know, Start to get into concrete and its structure, uh, stone and concrete. Like, of course, how easy would it to be build these things? Like, oh, they have to cut the concrete. Like, no, they wouldn't. They'd have to put it into it. They'd have to cut the limestone. Like, no, actually, they wouldn't have to cut limestone. They would just have to make a mold and put concrete and all these things together. It would have no different makeup. The structure of this limestone or the marble would be no different. You would just have to. What would you do if I ground up a bunch of marble and then I put a binder with it? I can put it in a mold. What's the difference? No one could tell. So that's what most of that shit is. It's not cut and polished and all that shit. Might maybe polish afterwards, but doesn't have to cut it. Yeah, I'll check out 12-ounce mouse. That sounds hilarious. Is it like the Rick and Morty episode where all the people, the tiny people, live in the walls? Is that what they call them, the wall people? Speaking of wall people, oh, did you ever do that? Did you ever stack your beer cans and shit? Beer con. Be a con. Be a con. Okay, we got. What should we do here? Should I make these eggs right now? I mean, I'm not really all that hungry. And it's not really that much of a recipe to show you guys. I really need to eat right now. Just be that kind of. I think I might just wait till later to cook for you guys, because whatever. It's just fucking here. Just eggs. Whip them up. Yeah, you got the recipe. You don't need to do it. But we will have a shot right now. What do you think, guys? Girls, guys, children of all ages, come join us. Oh, son of a mother. Okay. Oh, nice. Let me get my vodka shot glass. It's gotta have a different shot glass. This is awesome. Check this out. See? It's got all the measurements on it. It's not just a shot glass. It's not supposed to be for it. It's just like if you have small amounts of things to do. But I like it because I can tell how much vodka I'm putting into my face. How much is a shot? Exactly. Is a shot an ounce or half ounce or what? How's that work? I forget. Is it 3 tablespoons? 3 tablespoons is a shot, which is half an ounce. No, it can't be 3 tablespoons. Could it? Huh. Well, I do have shot glass around. I could probably figure it out. But, it depends on where you are. What kind of... I think it's standard, like half, what is it, 50 milliliters? I think it's 50. Yeah. I think a shot is 50 milliliters. 50 milliliters, which is, 50 milliliters is... No, it can't be 50 milliliters. Can it? That's crazy. That's way too much. Well, what the fuck ever. I'm not drinking that much right now. It's too early. Do I make my own beer? I have. I don't. I just don't have the space to right now. I don't have any. I don't even have the space to have all my things put away. I still need a cabinet to put all of my herbs and stuff away. And I've lived here way too long to not have a cabinet. But hey, if anybody wants to donate to me to get a cabinet, some people have, but it had to go to rent. Food and rent took precedence over. But I do have these awesome things: oranges, dried oranges, dried lime. How did I dry these? Because I live in a great place, and that things dry properly for me. Check this out. If you could smell that, look at this. Dried oranges. Oh, it's great. It's so good. So it really gives a nice little smell to the kitchen, and also whenever I want to make a tea or something, I can put this one's pretty new. I don't go bad. Most people's will go bad. Mine don't. Cheers anyway. So cheers everyone. Should I just turn this? You know what I'm turning this into? I'm turning it into a mini Lebowski. If y'all don't know, here's how I do it. Vodka, some maple syrup, Well, I don't know what that is. Now, hold on a second. I want to know what's going on in my... Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'm eating that. Can maple syrup go bad? Can maple syrup go bad? I'm gonna have to go look at this tomorrow. That's disgusting. It was like a chunk or something came out of there. Well, we'll just switch it up and we'll use honey instead. We'll remake this Lebowski. I'm gonna call it I've changed the name of it a few times. But I'm gonna call it the Lebowski, even though it's not even close to what he drank, but it's what I drink. We'll make the minis of Lebowski. Take some honey. vodka. Normally what I would do is I would put could use jaggery in here or brown sugar. Okay, a little sweetness for this. Boy, let's go. And milk. And yeah, it's Caucasian. But we upgrading it because this is I'd change his name to like a black and Asian Russian. Black Asian Russian. Boom. Okay. So we got the reason I got, because I've been using this Chinese 5-spice. So it is cinnamon, aniseed, cloves, ginger, and fennel. And I think it's just lovely in here. And because I'm just going to do a shot, not a drink. Let's do that. Okay, vodka. Get this party started, right? I'll get a nice little mix in here, stirred. I mean, I would shake it, but I just don't feel like going through all that right now. Little milky yummies. Probably should have went with the sugar in this, because the honey tends to kind of freeze up a little bit, huh? Oh well. Well, I can just add a little. I think that's the way to go. Jaggery. It's basically better brown sugar. I don't know. I don't know what those Indian people do. It's just better. Throw a couple ice cubes in there. And I got myself a little mini Lebowski. You can call it Lebowski just because it's easier. There we go. Cheers, y'all. That's fucking bangers. Really good. Such a simple drink. And you don't got to worry, like, I do the almond milk. And you could add a little yogurt if you really want to digest well. One more thing I need. Fucking wine on ice. Half a beer, half a wine, and a mini Lebowski. A mini Chinese Lebowski. Well, anyways, Carson, you prefer beer over alcohol, but there's a handle. Oh yeah, man. Okay, so here, help me, Mango Deuce. Does there ever weird shit, or is that some sort of? See, I think it's like from the filter or something. I feel like a piece of the filter got in there, because like as I'm pouring out, there was like a chunk that came out, and it was not looking. Or was it from the tree? I thought it was. And I'm like, should I just strain it out right now? Kind of like. I mean, like I've used it, it didn't taste bad, but then this little chunk of some funky funk came out. It's kind of pissing me off because that's expensive. Those are like, that little thing there is like, I don't know, $18 or something. There was a time I almost excused it because that's grade fucking A, boy. I mean, fuck with that grade B shit. Well, this is, I don't know. This is what I got. I got the 365 grade A organic. I do not think this is fake. That's that bad. But again, I mean, because I know the difference between the flavors of syrups. That's pretty dope. Like if they had a filter in it or something, a piece of the filter got in there. I don't know what the fuck it is. I can show you, but crystallizes. It didn't quite look like crystallized syrup. It's on the other room. Enough of this in here. Enough of this lollygagging. Isn't it fun when somebody says lollygagging? But isn't like lollygagging like if you were having a lollipop and you were gagging out? That's lollygagging, right? But lollygagging means like. Does that mean like sucking a dick? Is that what it means? Because I thought it just meant like wasting time. On, stop lollygagging. Let's go. That's what they're. That's isn't that the thing? But everything in my mind says no. Lollygagging means, either sucking on a lolly, gag. I'm gonna keep doing that now. That's gonna be my rider for my next show. I'm just gonna go. Right. One, and if you don't have one, hopefully you can develop one. And if you have one, hopefully you can, man, find things that make you laugh. Well, I can't. Some people can laugh. Some help to make you laugh. I think that laughter, much like sex or massage or anything else, it's a help to make you do something. You still are going to. Someone could make you have an orgasm. Somebody could make you laugh. Somebody could massage you and fix something in you. But it's a kind of, for the most part, if you don't want somebody to give you a massage, like, get your fucking dirty, filthy hands off you. Get off of me. No, I don't want to hear your jokes right now. It's the same thing. I find it very, very much akin to each other. This is how I see it. If you don't have a good sense of humor, exactly. Yeah. Hey, good sense of humor. For a lot of people, like look at some of the really great comedians too. Their sense of humor came out of like bullshit, like just like here's this bullshit we're gonna have to deal with today. And like if you ever meet some comedians in person, they're not necessarily funny people all the time. They're building all of that up to tell a funny story. Because they're just like, oh, here comes some bullshit. Where do they come from? Here's some bullshit in Boston. Here's some bullshit that's going on. It's some sort of it's like an outlet for like fucking their infinite rage they have about how stupid things are. And so their choice, much like mine most of the time, is if I don't fucking laugh at things and try to make jokes about it, I'm gonna fucking lose my goddamn gordita. That means my head, my mind, my gourd. I know what gordita is. I just say that. Losing my fucking mind with the shit. Like right now, if you were really watching this and believed it was true, I could see people are gonna fucking lose their shit. Like the Simpsons predicted civil war on the 20th, which is when the election takes place from what's gonna happen then? What kind? Does anybody want to gamble on this? I'll gamble on this. Like, what's the game? I a lot of. If civil war takes place, then the transition never takes place. If it happens before or during or somewhere, like what about a fake bing bing bang bang boom? What if Biden has a heart attack? What if he has a fake disease? What about all this stuff? What if the transition never takes place? I mean, they already told you that Trump was the last president we'll ever have. And when I say we, I mean, you know what I mean? Like the country of the United States Corporation. The United States Corporation is dead. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, hey, to have a sense of humor, huh? I mean, if you really were paying attention to this, you thought this was all real. Like, I could see people freaked out because the Rona. and then all of this that's going on. I don't get it how there's people in their literally in 30s and 40s. There's people that I know that are intelligent people. I don't personally, okay, but there's like I follow their channels or else or they're comedians or they're like they have insight into things and they're like very wise people, and then they get caught up in this whole melodrama. Well, it's not even mellow. It's just this whole drama of politics, and still kind of side with one side and not just say it's all fucking political theater. It's all fucking. It's all joke. It's a bad joke, but it is. They're attempting something. It's for many reasons, but um, if you like, I've seen these people like 30, 40, 50 years old. If you don't get it by now that both teams are playing against the grand populace, if you don't get that, I don't. How can you talk to them? How can you talk to anyone like that? They don't. They can't see how it's all fucking fakery. You can't. If you go, okay, look it's very obvious what that day that's unspeakable. You used to call if you had a problem, and they would come and get your cat out of a tree. Remember that day? If people can't see how weird and strange that whole thing was, and then go on to all the other things that if they do any furthering research and just don't buy the mass media. Isn't it funny that it's called mass media and it just kind of comes out of your mouth as mask media, mask media, mask media, mask media, mass media? Very funny. Um, that they don't that they won't do the extra little bit of research because it will be so utterly obvious and convincing that it's all a fucking stage event by. I mean, are they psychopaths, sociopaths? Some of them are both. Some of them are just magicians. Some of them are having good times. Some of them are on drugs. Some of them are power hungry. I mean, it doesn't matter what. And some are just trying to make a living. I mean, you got to understand. There's a lot of. They go, well, how many people are in all this? Look, in the conspiracy you're speaking of. Well, you got to understand that low-level people. They're just trying to keep their jobs. They got a family to feed. They're gonna go along and they're gonna do their fucking job because they need that cash, they need that cheddar, they need that dough. Because if they don't, wifey gonna be all chop 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 chop, and the kids gonna be like, I need the food and I want the Nintendo and I want the PlayStation 5 and I need the Xbox. Shut the fuck up! Just take the money. I don't care. They're gonna have to get a couple beers and go fucking drive the lawnmower around. They need some gas for the lawnmower, so they can just. Like, didn't you drive? Didn't you? Go to the neighborhood. Look at the best cut lawns. I'll tell you why those lawns were cut so well. I'll tell you how often did they get cut. How often did those lawns get cut? You ever see those people like, didn't you just cut your lawn like 2 days ago? I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up about that. Like, was their attitude? Yeah, I just like to keep it neat and tidy. No, because he was trying to get away from the mouthy, bitchy, wifey thingy, right? And the kids that are yapping off the chains, like, keep a clean, happy wife, nice life, clean yard. Like he's like, so half of that is just like maybe he can get some, he ain't getting head no more. He might get a fucking hand job while she's reading a book. Like just the weakest hand job ever. I remember Louis C.K. telling a joke about the sloppiest, weakest hand job ever from his wife. Amazing, amazing stuff. Uh, Carson, what's up? Afroman, does alcohol support? Yeah. Think about it this way. I mean, well, it's not necessarily the alcohol unto itself, although it can, but some of them are making, your intestinal juices flow. So as we get into phlegms and different humors and things, there is a reason that at the end of a meal you have a digestif, and before a meal you have an aperitif. So if you look up, maybe I'll do a whole video on this. I've done a short one before, but I'll give you the exact herbs and why they work. But there are herbs that stimulate appetite. Think about you smoke weed. A lot of weed makes you fucking hungry. What's going on there? Now, if I just turn that into a drink, you're going to be equally as hungry. But just use a small amount. Don't do it to get fucking lit. You'd use a small amount of herb. The amount that people use weed to this day is just an over. Like it's like I understand from all aspects of overdoing all of the substances. Name them all of them. I've overdone them, and I get it. But but not really. You know what's funny? Never really any prescription stuff. Never. I never was. When I was a kid, I had prescription drugs because I was like, you know, go get shots for allergies and go get pills for this and Munchausen's everywhere. So yeah, I knew about that shit, but I never had any kind of addiction to it or whatever. Only thing I was ever really addicted to was weed. Only thing ever. I could smoke tobacco and just never touch it again. I'm good with not drinking. I just enjoy it. It's just a social thing, you know. And have I overdone all of these things? Yes. but where we are in overuse of certain things, like the weed to be an appetite stimulant, if you just put it as an herb into an aperitif, there's a bunch of different herbs that can go to stimulate juices and to make you hungry. Even certain types of appetizers. The reason they're called appetizers, they're supposed to be made very small with the correct amount of spice and herbs to make you hungry for the meal. So even food can be used as an aperitif, but normally you'd use it in the form of a liquid and a liquor, and it'd probably be a lower level. So aperitifs tend to be of a lower alcohol by volume, and they'll use herbs, spices, and certain things. You know what I'm saying? The alcohol on its own. Um, for me, if I'm drinking, whatever I'm drinking, I don't like to eat. For me, alcohol unto itself, just because I know where I am, a lot of people they get drunk and they want to eat, and I get that. For me, maybe it's just because I've worked with so many different substances that when I drink, I like to just drink. I don't want to be lazy and want to fall asleep, and I want to just be on that whatever, be on that kick. And I'd also, when I'm out, I don't want to have to shit in public. That's one of my main reasons I don't eat when I drink, and because it will ruin your liver. The alcohol's not going to ruin your liver. The fried greasy food is. Hey Carson, she sent a video of her pissing in a cup and then drank it. Wicked. Is this the first time she's drank piss? Was it just because you've told her and she's like, that's insane? Or did you like, dude, maybe she thinks you're insane, but you're like, go listen to this dude, or me, or go listen to somebody that's a little less fucking bizarre as me. Maybe somebody normal that drinks piss. Not that there's a lot of normal ones, but there are some people that come across as like reasonable, rash. There's a couple British cats out there that have been on the urine for a long time, and they're reasonable, rational, wonderful people, and that have healed all sorts of ailments. And there's a lot of people who have. But then there's just some maniacs who like. Were you like, hey, you should go listen to Zen. He's very intelligent. He knows what he's talking about. And she's like, watch this. And also when she sent you the picture of her pissing, into a cup, did you could actually watch her piss? Was it like a sexual thing, or was it just like, check it out, I'm pissing in a cup? Was she being funny, or was she like, hey, I fucking finally did it? Because either way, that's hilarious. Any way you're looking at it, that's awesome. Paul Mooney's you're giving me a lot into Dr. Mango Deuce Rex. Paul Mooney. So now here, I like comedy. Paul Mooney's up there. There's a lot of people in the black community that respect him, and he's written for a lot of people. His whole Ashante Sachet. Ashante, RuPaul, his gayness is fabulous. His anti-black rhetoric, or his anti-white rhetoric, and his miseducation on a lot of the dynamics are really, but you're not going to get away from that. You're not going to have a lot of fucking Native American, real deal people out here speaking truth and being funny. But all in all, Paul Mooney's up there. I wouldn't say he's in my top 20. And I think it's only because I haven't watched any of his. I've watched him interact with people, and I know that there's so many great comedians that all say Paul Mooney's that motherfucker. And I've watched some of his stuff, through Chappelle, through Richard Pryor, through some of his stuff, and he's always seemed delightfully hilarious. I feel like that's somebody I'd really get along with because he has a thick skin and a very deep sense of humor. Yeah, I like him. I couldn't put him in my top 20 only because I don't know his body of work like that. But yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, man. First, malaria shark. Oh, I know. Hey, Dr. Mango, that's hilarious. Malaria shark. Oh, so you like playing with anagrams, anagram solvers? That was the first thing I started playing with anagrams a long time ago. And then there was a time that I would be doing anagrams in my mind, no matter what I'm reading when I'm going somewhere. I would start doing that. I'm like, I'm fucking losing my shit. I gotta. And then I would start. Then I got into like etymology, and then I got into gematria, and then I would start hinging numbers and letters. And I was like, oh fuck, stop all this. This is crazy. I don't need a fucking neo brain. I don't need to be going through pi is equal to 6 times 400 divided by a squared must c. But if I take a g, put it over here, and square root it until the infinitely, I can spell gas mask. Oh, crowd. I don't need all that. Have you ever seen that black and white movie called Pi by one of the greatest out there? Crazy movie, man. That's awesome, man. Oh, it turned into a sexual Hey, well, I mean, it is sexual. I mean, what isn't? It opens up a lot of channels. It opens up channels of speaking. If you're open enough to tell somebody that you drink your piss, that to some people is a huge. That's a no for them, and you know that they're not very interconnected. But if you're open enough to like, hey, everybody poops and we all pee, and in fact, I drink my pee. Pretty fucking sexual. That's like intimate. You don't talk. You're not really supposed to talk about poop, pee, politics, and religion. My four favorite subjects, because religion is shit, politics is piss, and you know what I mean. I don't know. It's all funny to me. Cause the look at it, poop left out there in nature grows everything that we can see. Shit is the soil. I mean, should you be should we be mucking around with it when it comes directly out of your ass? Probably not. No, you put that over there. You just scoop it up, put it into the soil, and in fact, you wait a little while, and maybe you see some mushrooms grow off it, and you say, "Thank you, cow," and you say, "Holy cow, look what you've done for us." But all in all that shit goes into becoming what we plant things in, and we get all of our food out of it, and we go. So you're eating what comes out of shit, whether you like it or not. Every food item that you get is grown out of shit. Which is perfectly fine. I mean, should you eat it? No, you don't eat the dirt. You eat the fucking, you eat the fruit that comes out of it, the mushroom, the fruit, the whatever, vegetation. But piss is well, that nourishes everything. It's cleansative. It's nourishing. Yeah, it's very very interesting stuff. Mm. He drinks his pee. I don't think I could do that. Yeah. That's so funny. I always have a curiosity to like all of the people how they find my channel. It's the only thing that ever I never think about it too deep, but it does cross my mind and I go and it just becomes too big of a conversation for myself to have. How certain people have come across my channel, when they did, which videos they watched, and like they say first impressions are like I'm like, yeah, but I don't think that's really true, especially somebody that does as many different things as I do. That you couldn't really if you listen to me sit there and one and do a deep meditation on the way the planets and what they are and how the trees grow, like all of that shit that I do, or some of my teaching where it's just one directional, or times that I'm just like fucking let's fuck off and like you would never like how is that the same person? See, you got multiple personality disorder. Uh, no, I have multiple ideas that I can order. I have this crazy thing where I can hold a bunch of different ideas in my head simultaneously and not really commit to any one of them because I don't know which one is actually factual and it's enjoyable to have multiple options in life. You know, maybe this is, but sometimes that becomes frustrating. You go, is this the time to make a joke here, or should I be serious? It's this person. If I give them a hug, are they gonna punch me? Have you ever been there where like you're like, you don't know the person's like, can't really tell what their emotion is. You're like, is this the time that they need to laugh? Are they gonna smack me if I, or do I just say nothing? Or is my silence going to upset them? Or do I just fill in the space with random words? Oh, yes. Even all of our minds do that. Some are just better at calculating than others. I sometimes am really good at it. Sometimes I'm fucking terrible. Eh, you live and you learn, huh? Hmm. It's Friday. Oh, shit. So I can already tell what's going on here. So I just got I got a discount for you guys know what Instacart is? If you guys don't have an Instacart, let me send you something so I can have some free money. And also, if anybody's gonna send me money in the future, just ask me what I'll just put the passcode up there. I don't know why I haven't. If you don't have an account and you want to send me money, it'll give us both like $5 for free. It's really crazy. Uh, it just as soon as you send me money, I think you probably have to send like $10 or something. I don't know. I don't, you know what I mean? Like it's like I couldn't just tell everybody to send me a penny, and it'll give us both $5 because that would be kind of might work. I don't know. I haven't looked into it that hard. Anyways, um, yeah, it's a delivery service for groceries and shit, and so it's like $20 off the next two orders, which is which is super dope because I already pay like $7 a month, which means I don't even have to fucking leave my house and they'll deliver me shit, which is awesome because it would cost me more money to go to the grocery store. It would take me whatever, an hour to shop. It would take me however long to get there. I'd have to get an Uber, or I'd have to fucking take a streetcar, or walk my ass with all the. Then I can't walk home with all the groceries. So what am I gonna do? It's cheaper. Like it's cheaper to get delivery, and in fact, it's cheaper by a lot. Because there's I pay like $7 for delivery, and there might be like if I get a lot of heavy items, but they bring them right to my fucking door. I don't got to do a goddamn thing. But here's the why I thought this was funny, is because they just put New Orleans on. They just redacted some of the things we could do. It went from like, ooh, we could almost live like humans, and then they're like, nope, back to level two. And it happened 2 days ago when the whole thing happened at Congressino or wherever that place was, where people were like running up in there, yeah, walking in there, being let in. It's so retarded. uh, Fucking hilarious, ain't it? So it happened the same day, and it was like, well, they're gonna. So today was like restrictions back in New Orleans. Not all of them. I mean, we can still do certain things. I wasn't really paying attention what the fake wannabe suggestions were, but basically was suggesting that we don't do. And so the funny thing was, so then now I get this basically implying that they're gonna do some wild shit in DC pretty soon. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny. The whole thing. I know maybe none of that made any sense to any of you, but so like I could just, yep, they really play a fucking fucked up game. Some of them. And the problem isn't even that they're doing it. It's they're like, if I just suggest this, everyone will listen and enforce it. They'll have people enforcing bullshit. Like, where is this thing? What are you enforcing right now? Well, everybody's got. But why? Because who? Because well, they saw it in the news. Because the governor said what? The governor said something. Government governs what? Well, she knows better. Why does she know? Because she's a doctor. You know what? The doctor told her. Who's the doctor? The guy we never heard of ever before. Yeah, but he's the best in virus. But what's the virus? I don't know. But oh Christ. Well, we're here again. How long does it take for a whole pandemic to exist? Doesn't it just get over with pretty quick and everyone dies? So is everyone dead? Yeah, lots of them. They say, where are they? Do you know anybody? Well, no, but uh, it's no reasoning. What do you do? Just make them laugh, I guess. Hey, your shoe's untied. I don't know. Let's go have some more vodka. What do you think? Let's try to get Zen drunk by noon so I can take a nap. God guys want to join me? Come on, who's here? Who wants to join me for a drunken morning or afternoon? Depends. See, I always have to whenever I do these have to consider that for me it might be 8 a.m. and for anyone here it might be after work, might be somewhere else. It's interesting. Local broadcast is different. Where if I'm doing a show, I'd probably do it at 6 p.m. because that'd be most comfortable. Maybe 7. Or it'd have to be, ooh, what if the children been to bed? About like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Oh, you kids gotta go to bed. We watch the local network where they're gonna say some crazy shit. No. Fucking worldwide shit, dog. So, this is why I do shit at hours. Like, is this motherfucker drinking in the morning? Yeah, sometimes I drink in the morning, sometimes I drink at night, sometimes I don't drink at all. Sometimes I shit into my hand and throw it at pandas in the zoo. It's just something that I do. I'm just better than you at doing that. Maybe not at whatever you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing with your life? I was going to do a show yesterday about a bunch of things and memes and interest, and I'm gonna I'll review that and do that later today. I'm kind of just into this dicking around with you guys mode right now. And as always, if you have any questions, comments about how to fix something or just weird shit, happy to install into you some of my thoughts on the subject. So unless this thing is doing what it always does, the last comment I got was from Carson about 10 minutes ago. Sometimes it just doesn't let me see the comments. And other people have some people just emailed me recently like my comments don't show up in your shows. I was like and they were feeling like, did I do something wrong? Did you cancel me from that? I was like, no, I don't. I don't know how many people have told me like, yeah, I get unsubscribed from your shit like every day. Pretty awesome, huh? No, you're doing something right if you're getting fucking cancel that shit. She recently said she would make porn spiritual genre. She went like that, like with you or just in general. Is that your girly girl? Is that somebody you mess with, or is that just oh shit, Carson about to get some piss porn, some spiritual piss porn. Nice. Usually when you watch piss porn, not I don't search it out. I think it's kind of I think that's just keep between you and whoever it is. But it's always kind of like more of degrading and nasty thing. Like it's like that's the whole. You know, it's kind of they put it in the form of like eating someone's shit or somebody shitting on your face or whatever. It's like what kind of nasty filthy fucks are you? You got some very bonded sadomasochist tendencies, and you're very much into dominator submissive bullshit, which is not healthy in any way. I mean, I can see why some people do, and it might help them, but all, nah, it's not good stuff. But yeah, spiritual piss porn. I'm all about that. I'm about that game. But at this, I mean, you know, I guess you could educate. There's a couple of chicks I was with that I would have I would have chicks that were off that were actually like not hoary. I mean, they were probably hoary outside of my relationship with them, like before or after, whatever. But I there was chicks that I would have made porn with, definitely. Very interesting. I would have made spiritual piss porn with that. Fucking Carson. That's my new favorite thing to say now. My next video is called piss porn. I don't care. Piss porn, cream corn, and candy corn, and hot buttered cop porn. Mm. I do wonder what would happen if I did a video from my computer. So So right down here, I understand why I could only get a certain number of people showing up. A portion of it is because no one gets any kind of notification. Some people do, some people don't. Some people get unsubscribed, blah, not even of their own choosing. And as I don't tag my before because I'm using an Android which won't let me tag my videos before. So it's a really weird. The tags that are on my video, oh, there was a while ago, right when I started making videos where I could tag it before, which makes a lot of sense. But now, so if I'm doing it, so now it just disconnects. No, just feels like disconnecting. Just disconnecting me. So why while I'm using an Android does it just randomly disconnect? Why if I'm using an Android I can't use my tags prior? So I want to know if I were to use my computer to start a show and put all the proper tags in there, would more people show up? I always, there was a couple I did when I could put tags in, which was very, very interesting. It was right around pop culture, you know. It was when I was like, I don't know, maybe 2.5 years ago. It was when you'd see a huge spike in people that watched my channel. That huge. It was only for a couple days, and it was when I did a couple videos on what the pop culture thing was for the day, and I could put at the time on my Android I could put the tags in ahead of time, and people showed up to my show and they listened right after, and I had a lot of views. Not my best show, not something I really fucking, and I don't need or want more people to be subbed or whatever. But it's interesting because it was just like, because I wasn't even talking shit that you would talk about. It was, I don't remember what it was. Was it Conor McGregor and some fight or something else? It was a couple of stupid things, and I was like, this, and I got mad views. It wasn't even that well done. It was just me goofing around. I wonder. Ah. Okay. So Carson, you've never met her in person, but you guys like share pictures and stuff, and like, or have you met her in person? In Arizona, AZ Technology, them attacks and Texas in Arizona. That's interesting. Well, there's always online trading of fucking. You know what's weird? I phone sex is always the weirdest thing, ain't it? See, look at what we're talking about today. So this is like whenever I'm making these videos, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, I hope people don't just like skip through and get to like dumb parts like this. Not that they're dumb, they're very important, but it's how we get to different dialogues. Yeah, phone sex was always weird. There's only a couple chicks I did that with. And it was only because of who it was. It was just really weird. Because it was like the thing you definitely shouldn't do. You shouldn't have phone sex with your best friend's wife. That's what you shouldn't do. I'm not saying I did. I'm just saying out of the things you shouldn't do, that's one of them. But it's pretty, I'm just assuming that it would be. Oh my fucking gosh. Oh, that's right. I always forget. I always forget how far Colorado is west. In my mind, I always consider it right in the middle of the country, although it's a little farther to the west, right? And Arizona, so you're like beyond Texas. I always forget that. My mind, I just for whatever reason put it beneath, kind of like just a little bit to the left of the Finger Lakes and Lake Michigan. So if you get on Lake Michigan and just, that's where I put it in my mind, but it's farther, which is really weird. There's something about that Midwest portion of the country that just to me just says corn, emptiness, nothingness, and it's just a big bunch of square states, and I don't know. And I thought Colorado was closer to the East Coast. And feel free to just forget what you heard about the last thing I said. Whoa. South. South, yeah, the sun and warmth. Yeah, and also, let me think about it too. Like, you know what? It's easier to do. Southern, you can just burn off lbs, man. Like, look, like, I live somewhere where you would assume people around you would be like very big and just overweight because there's so much food here. There's so much liquor here. There's so much, but for some crazy reason, I don't. I've lived in so many other places, and there's aggressively fat people. I don't mean they're aggressive. I just mean they're just like in the north. As you get colder, people are inside. They're less active. They're not outside. They're not sweating. They're not enjoying themselves. They're not laughing. Like, all of these things go into it. Like, if you breathe different, you'll burn more calories, even though calories is a joke. But you know, if you're out dancing and listening to music and you're happy and you're vibing, like, you'll just shed like. There's, I, as a totality, Louisiana might be a fat state. I don't know, but New Orleans is not. I infrequently see horrendously large people, and I infrequently even see fat people. There's a few people on that I see, like, they have a little bit of belly, but all in all, everywhere else I've lived, I always see fat people around, and they're not enjoying themselves. It's too cold. Their blood's not moving. They're not laughing. They're not listening to good music. They're not moving. They're not getting sunshine. I'm telling you, it's just easier to fucking live. Colorado is fat as shit. Interesting. See, that makes sense. See, now Colorado to me, in my mind, is a bunch of fucking, long haired, fucking beard having hippie types and skinny chicks going, we need to eat fucking organic vegetables on the mountain and ski and gotta take care of the cows and bro, we gotta go fucking skiing today, man. Let's just, smoke the weed and we'll be good, you know. But in reality, as you've just said, a lot of fat motherfuckers because it's cold. A lot of fat motherfuckers. And you go to the mountains. You know why you go to the mountains? There's not a lot of fat people because it's expensive to go there. It's expensive to fucking go skiing. Unless you and if you do ski a lot, you'll probably lose the weight anyways. But most people can't afford it, so they're gonna be up in their fucking cabins, eating venison, shooting up meth, beating their kids. Yeah, but they influxed. Isn't that kind of like South Park? Whenever they did, remember how South Park did that whole show on all the fucking hippies came through with the drum circles and shit. All the coming to South Park, Colorado. It's kind of like fucking hilarious. Let's go have a drink. What are you doing? Why don't you go, Carson? How old the fuck did you say you are? How many years of the age are you? Maybe you surprised me because I was seeing your picture and I was like, I thought you was smaller. I thought you was older, but I don't remember. What are you? Here, you sit here. You sit on top of my napkins. Oh, look at this is part of my kitchen, so I can meditate on that while I'm cooking sometimes. Holy shit. Well, that was the weirdest thing that just ever happened. Apparently, not good happened. What's there? Uh-oh. We might have a big fucking issue today. My hot water just fucking kicked. which should be no bueno. Not really looking for not having hot water, especially when it's cold. I'll give that a chance to correct itself. I'll see. We'll see. Oh, I came in here most importantly for a beer. Do it, Carson. Go grab that fucking handle. Have a day about it. As long as I'm not encouraging an unseasoned vet. If you don't drink during the day, don't do it, man. 26 of them. 26 of them. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's really weird. My life is always I get along really well with people that are way older than me. Well, not way older than me, or just younger than me. I don't think I get I've always gotten along with people between like whenever coaching kids, like kids fucking any age, I always fucking have a good time. I always like kids, man. It's so much fun because they have less less built-in. They have more of the original curiosity and less built-in judgment about things. It's just like they're willing to learn how to shoot a basketball properly, even if they screwed up their entire life. They see you doing it right, they're like, "Huh, how do you do that?" And then that's awesome. And then, but friends that I hang out with, mostly younger than me, because anybody my age is not gonna fucking go out and party and have a good time. They're sweat, and then you got older people that have already just given up on the whole fucking system that I could have good conversations with. So it's either between, 20 something and or maybe just crossed in the 30s, 20 to 30, and then 50 to 67, 70. That's about it. 20 to 30 and 50 to 70. And even get into the 60s is tough sometimes. Because that can go either way. They can become ornery and very abusive when they're old. What's up, Melissa? Did you get hyphy on it? What it's cold. Like right now, it's cold. That's probably why I'm drinking right now. It's like, Ruskies, we drink the vodka all day. Like, the word vodka just means water, really. They're drinking clean water. I mean, it's hot water, but they're drinking water. Because the last couple of days, it's taken a turn. It went from very nice outside. It was blue skies, sunny, warm, t-shirt and shorts. And then just immediately, I was like, I had 3 layers on yesterday. And I've closed my window, which is probably why I'm a little sniffly. So let's open my window. Let's see. Not because of it's cold outside, but because... Okay. Oh, this is the worst ever. Okay. Opening that window is such a fucking challenge. Yeah, because I could open it all the way up, and usually at a certain level of the floor, they have to they don't let windows open past a level, because so people don't fall out the window or throw themselves out. Not here. They don't really care. Ah, yeah. Well, Carson, just let's talk through this. Let's think about this. Carson, I could care less means you literally could care less, which is not what you mean to say. I could not care less. I wouldn't say couldn't. I would say could not. Make sure you're very specific. I could not at all in any way care less about what you're talking about. That's how you'd say it. That's how you remember it. What's up, Parson? Yes, I just cracked the window open, so hopefully that gets rid of my little sniffles that I have. Yep, already helped. And I think also because I was just in the kitchen and I had some spices out for today. I think that kind of that's what happened. I was on my cutting board. I know what happened here. I didn't fully clean my cutting board off. And you guys want to make a breakfast drink with me? He's in altered state. Well, I think the best way to live is to I mean, everything we ever do is alter our states of consciousness. I mean, in reality, the whole thing is only that. How quickly or how we do it is different. Usually, the long, slow path is most people. Some people's turn for the worst. For the worst, the worst. Probably make some. You could probably make some golden milk right now. Golden milk and some vodka. Funny enough, that's what that was. Breakfast was almost a golden milk. I could probably do that. Hey, you guys wanna? You guys want to? You guys wanna? You got that drunken so well. I mean, if you do, yeah, no sleep in the coffee. That you want a weird. You're in a weird place right now. I get that. That's okay. I'm here. I'm here to guide you through the weirdness. I'm very. I don't. I the caffeine plus the no sleep. I've never done. I've done plenty of no sleep. I've done some caffeine come downs. It's just like a coke. Come. You've offset it with sleep, and I think a beer. Really, Carson, you need a beer. A beer would cool you the fuck out. A beer would just smooth you out. It'll relax you, and it'll be like marshmallow and vanilla pudding with banana chunks in it, or banana pudding is dope, dude. Who doesn't fucking love banana pudding? Yo, I haven't had banana pudding in I think I would say over 20 years. But I recall a banana pudding being like that's what you got to get, the banana pudding. That is the dopest of dopes. I want fucking banana pudding today. I'm going to have banana pudding today. I am having banana pudding right now as we speak. We gotta put it into the present moment. I'm gonna have banana pudding today. Yes. In fact, funny enough, I do have bananas in the freezer that I was gonna make banana bread with, but I don't have all the makings. I could make banana. Oh, I could do a. I just told you guys yesterday I hate baking, but I could show you banana nut bread recipe. I could do. Check it out. I'm gonna fuck your brains up today. I'm gonna make you banana pudding from scratch with the Jello style shit. I'm gonna do a half because banana pudding from scratch is gonna be super dope. Good. Yeah. But I also want that kind of that thing from the youth, from the Jello banana pudding thing. That there's something kind of just a slight bit of that artificiality in there. To just so I just don't get banana. I went from banana pudding like that to banana pudding like this. You put them together, and then I'll do a banana carrot cake or a banana carrot bread. It's going to be somewhere between a cake and a bread. Because let's be honest, I mean you could take banana bread and you could make a sandwich out of it. What kind of sandwich? I mean, what are you going to put on either one of those? You take carrot cake; it's pretty much good. It's a little moist and soggier. Banana bread, you can. What are you going to do? Why do they just call it banana cake? So let's just do a mixture. We're going to do a carrot banana cake. Cinnamon, nutmeg. Let's see, we'll do a cream. We'll do a vanilla cream cheese frosting. I'll fuck around in the kitchen with and I'm gonna get some new maple syrup because the maple syrup's gonna go on top of that. So we got cinnamon, nutmeg, maple syrup, carrot, banana, bread, cake thing, and then we'll make a banana pudding that will be 50% store, off the thing, and then 50% of my own doing. How do y'all feel about that? Let's do that. And then maybe a dark chocolate drizzle would be nice on the banana pudding. You've been way more fucked up than that. Well, I'd hope so. You're typing pretty well. It seems like you're a parent here. Maybe what I can do is I can tell. Oh, I don't cook. I don't bake that much, and in fact, I might not even have what I need to make this properly because I don't have bake. I don't have room for the. I look when I had a big kitchen, I had all the stuff. I could have made anything at any point in time. So I just don't have the room for it. And I think what I need for pudding is I'm probably going to need some good way to mash it upright. Probably like I don't. Yeah, it'd be chunky and weird. I mean, you can do everything by hand, obviously. Just try to think what I need to get. uh, but I think that's my day today. Maybe or maybe I'll just save it for tomorrow. It's gonna be a big tomorrow Saturday weekend for everyone. We'll bake on Saturday. Um, and I'll do red beans and rice on Monday, and I'll show you how I make some super dope red beans and rice off the chains, off the chain. And tomorrow I'll do the the banana center and carrot pudding and cakey stuff, which I don't normally do, but we'll fuck it up. And we'll make a coffee. Look at we'll make a coffee chocolate um, drizzle on top of the vanilla cheese frosting. It's gonna be off the chains. It's gonna be the best thing you ever seen in the world. And if I had the camera set up right and I had a professional kitchen, people like they'd go, "Oh my god, this is the fucking greatest thing I've ever seen in my life." Zucchini bread is pretty dope. A lot of the people don't. You know what's funny? I just got zucchini yesterday. Um, I love zucchini bread. It's just not a lot of people make it. It's like it's over there. Like banana bread. If you're gonna go to a coffee shop, you're gonna find breakfast bread kind of things, and they're usually gonna be like it could be like a banana walnut kind of thing. It could be like a coffee cake kind of thing, cinnamon and that kind of thing. But yeah, zucchini is not looked at as a breakfast food, or you put it like as a bread. It's like yeah, good. I like it. Mm. Here's the thing is the reason that I'm kind of like I have to save it for tomorrow. Like I barely have enough counter room to do all the baking things, man. I just don't have. If I knew somebody had a house, was like, let me use the kitchen. Like you buy this shit, I'll cook it for you. I mean that maybe I'll put out a fucking I don't know how people do it anymore. Maybe put a Craigslist ad. I'll be like put a picture of my butthole or something. Like hey, I'll come to your house. I'll cook for you, then in your mouth or something. I don't know. Is that what they do on Craigslist? I don't know. I don't know what people want these days. I've always thought about like, hey, what's up, old lady thingy? I'll be your like, come and clean your house. I'm not doing your laundry though. I'm out there. I'll do the dishes. I'll cook for you. And depending, you gotta take. I hope you're taken care of, like cleanliness wise. Like I could do all that. I've been doing that plenty of times. You know, I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Like a what a Lothario, like a Lothario or a. That's funny. No, but I wouldn't mind doing like a living thing with somebody. Where I like because there are people. Look at. I was thinking about this the other day. I was watching this chick walk down the street with this old person, and they were like a what is the people called that like take care of old people? Well, they could do it real. They do the real deep shit. Some of it is like, hey, just somebody walks up and says, hey, can you be a friend with my grandparents, like driving this Miss Daisy style? Can you be a friend to them? And this is all over the world now. Can you just hang out with them? I'm like, oh, it's cool. I like, it's like good shit. You want me to watch your dog? You want to watch your old person? You want to watch your children? It's fine. It's all good. Yeah, I like old people. I like dogs. That's the thing about here's the thing about children, old people, and dogs. You got to clean up their shit. Now, I'm in a point where like I'm not willing to clean up someone's dog shit, someone's child shit, or some old person shit. So if your kid is past the point of pooping his pants or her pants, I'm good. If your dog is already well trained, we good. And if your grandparents ain't to the point of fucking diapers, again, how you go from diapers back to diapers, I don't fucking know. But yeah, I can't fuck with that. But like older lady was just like tired of like she ain't trying to be with some dude that's her age because he ain't got no fun or life spunk left in him. And like other dudes, like what's she gonna do? She can't be running out in the bar like an old slutty hag or some shit. Just saying, I'll be there for him. And what I'm saying, but before that is I could cook and Dude, I'm good. I'm good with all that. Cook, clean. Ain't doing the laundry though. I don't want to see your stinking ass clothes. And I hate doing laundry. You can do the laundry. That's a good trade. You know. Hey, and I'm really good. I'm really good with my hands too. That's a good selling point right there. I have all I know all about massage. I have a table. I got all the oils and stuff. Yeah. I think I'm gonna put out a Craigslist ad. Uh, oh, Melissa. Oh, okay. All right. Too bad I can't afford it yet. You'd hire me? Oh shit. Okay, Melissa. Well, I mean, hey, here's the thing is I wouldn't even like I don't. My life is pretty simple. It's like I don't need lots of stuff. Like, hey, buy me a PlayStation 5. Like that's not my game. If there's enough room, there's a garden, or you purchase the grocery. I don't even eat that much. I just need beers now and then, and I don't know. I got shit. I already have cool shit. I already got awesome stuff. I already got clothes. I already got like it's not like hmm, it's not like you got to pay me extra. Like I just want a comfortable place to sleep. You know, that's all. I mean, shit. I mean, a comfortable place to sleep for me is a tent. So I mean, you know what I mean? It's not that. Would I rather have a bed? Sure. But if you got a spring mattress, we can get rid of that spring mattress. I'll give you mine. Even we'll switch it out. I got one of the most softest, most comfortable, awesome mattresses on the planet. Like this is some old like Japanese bedding system where you've got the futon mattress. It's not like just that you've got a futon for your your kid's going to college. No, this is like a full-on futon mat with sheets, and then beneath it there's bamboo mats that hold it up to let it breathe, and also, of course, it's got to do that every once in a while. Just don't connect for a second. So yes, I have these really great buckwheat pillows. You never slept on a buckwheat pillow? Oh, they're awesome. Sometimes I just like the squishy ones, but other times I have like the squishy ones or the buckwheat ones. Buckwheat ones are just it holds your head in a different way. So yeah, companions. No, and I wasn't just talking about companions in that way, Alyssa. I mean that was my I'm saying like everybody pays for a companion in some way, but I was talking about it in the sense of there are people like there are the nurses aides or whatever like they go into like old people's houses and they're just like oh okay and do all this stuff. And there's always some really happy kind of young black chick that's fat. They always do it. Young, fat, black chicks always do it. They go take care of like crusty old people all the time. Usually old white people because they get paid good money to do it. And no, but and then you'll see them walking around. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Like, I get paid like good money just walk the motherfucker around like a dog. I don't know. I'm good with that. I guess. I just don't need somebody that old and slow. I mean, if she's old and has like dentures or whatever, and she could, a gum job in return for some of my work, that could be fine, I guess. I'm not against it. You know what, Melissa? You have twins. How old are the twins? Twins like two girls, two boys, or boy and a girl. How old? Because that's funny. Because being a Gemini, I am twins, so that makes a lot of sense, anyways. CNAs, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, there you go. Identical boys, wicked, wicked. Well, I'm a Gemini. Well. Here's the thing: is I have I'm a Gemini Sun and Gemini Moon, so I have identical boys and identical women inside of me. It's all a big it's a big cluster fuck in my brain. It's funny. Jason and Jacob, the Wright brothers. I used to live on Kitty Hawk. Do you know where Kitty Hawk is? In North Carolina. I used to live there. I killed Devil Hills, right? And killed Devil Hills, Kitty Hawk, and Yeah, I was right there. I lived very interesting, very interesting place. Yeah, a couple cool bars there too. One that's completely run by wind power. The whole bar is run by wind power. So Ja. So you got the Ja, the Jacob, Job and John. So the Jason and the Jacob break down the Job and the John. Okay, I got you. I'll just say Divine. Yeah, Divine. How many kids do you have? Don't you have like 30 kids by like 80 husbands or some shit? Kidding with you. Well, that's crazy that I just said Kitty Hawk and you said Kitty's called Ravenhawk. Yeah. Yeah, somebody just a dude that I know. Funny enough, I knew him from my channel years, like a couple years ago. They didn't come and visit. Steven, I don't know if you know him. You should check his channel out. Steven, I can't remember his name. Very, very, it's like a Kapowski or something kind of. I don't know. It's very uh, bullish kind of last name. Anyways, he put up a post about crows and how more intelligent crows are. Like I've already known about how intelligent they were and all the studies they've done, like all of what they do, and they were like, dude, the deeper shit that they've been studying is like how they are ritualistic about like when if a family member or crow passes, like what they do to like honor their funeral, kind of like they do like the same things. They're like of they're the three highest levels of species that are honored within the I don't know if it's just Hindu or just like the general native, well, the Indian, the feather, not the dot, not those Indians over there. They adore the crow, the snake, and the cow. And so if a crow, a snake, or a cow were to die, they tend to give them funerals because they're the closest in our relative to us, besides um, pigs and monkeys. But there was a reason that they hold dear to them snakes, crows, and cows. Interesting. Interesting stuff. And the action of the crow and I mean, I seen it as the crow is the afterlife, the rebirth is the cow with the cow shit and the mushrooms, and the snake being the kundalini. That makes sense to me. Then they gave a couple ideas. I didn't read too much into it because I already could kind of uh, understand the symbolism. uh, that's funny. Jacob's letter and Jason's golden fleece. Interesting, the golden fleece. I always something. Yeah, I didn't know that was Jason's golden fleece. That's hilarious. Okay. Yeah, I liked, Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat because I didn't, when I started to hear about that and the Technicolor Dreamcoat and how it connected to foods and things, that was really interesting. And Technicolor is a really interesting word. Very very harkens back to the 70s, but also somewhere that when the digital age started and also um, acid started and hippies became like, oh, bro, like digital realm, like even though they were like, you got like certain kinds of psychedelics, the mushrooms, that were more of the the earth realm and the motherly realm, the round realm, and then the acid, which was more of the uh, digital Tron masculine realm. I thought that was really interesting. Technicolor Dreamcoat. Yeah, Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat. That's yeah, Joseph. What is there, Joseph? And you use all the J's. You got the Jason. That's funny, Melissa. The two people that I really fucks with both are musicians, and both are named David, and they're like the only two people that call me Daniel, and we just find it funny. One is a black as night tribal dude that under when I say dude, like he knows his tribe. He knows what tribe, and he plays the djembe, and his name's David. He knows my birth name is Daniel, and the other one plays the guitar. You can play the other night. Funny enough, both of them are like so like fucking like just absurdly talented, really really cool people. Yeah, all that very very peculiar people, and then they know each other too. It's very funny, but they know each other because they kind of hang out in different sides of town, but they know each other. Very funny. Wait, wait, hold on. I'm hey Melissa. Just forget it. You didn't even know the half of it. Call when you can. I'm not following you there. I don't even. Are you talking about a song? I mean, because like there's plenty of yeah. Maybe I'm lost. I'm trying to make that connection there. What is the intel? So yeah, I mean between the Josephs, the Jacobs. Let's see, I'm trying to think of through my life. I've known Josephs, I've known Jacobs, I've known plenty of Daniels, some Ibrahim, I've known some Abrahams, but he never wanted to be called that because he was because he had nappy hair and he was from Iran, but he spoke very good English, and he just would call him something else because he's like I didn't want people to like fucking like always give me the terrorist jokes. He was just tired of it. Yeah, Bible names are funny. The the Ibram or the Ibrahim or the Ibram or the Abraham, and yeah, the Marys. If you know some Marys. A boy named Sue. Well, I thought that I see. I didn't. Obviously, I know that most of these songs, when the super popular ones come out, it's a little deeper. I mean, the off the cuff version was just because it's like a, you know, dude looks like a lady. Boy named Sue. Kind of a very similar story, but that was just superficial shit. Yeah, you were saying Divine. You told me that the other day. I found that. I'd asked you. I think you said you didn't do that on purpose, but just considered it afterwards. Yeah. How about Joe Cocker? There's another DC. The fact that his last name is Cocker is hilarious. Joe Cocker. Fucking Cocker. Well, I mean that's the thing. I mean with the Bible and with any other storyline, that they're all there as long as you speak the language. You could if I knew computer systems, I could overlay this with computer talk. If I knew, I could overlay this the same story of the Bible isn't the Bible isn't the original story. It is the language and the things that it takes is far down the line. The original language was way before whatever they're writing in Greek, which is originally Greek, and then you have to go through so many translations, transmutations, everything is transvestiting within that shit. Yeah, they're the commandments. Command what? Like, it depends. Like, I mean, there is like commanding of the armies and all that. Like, you could like people they overlaid computer code and numerology with the Bible and to use it as codings for people to do certain things. And the thing is, like, while I can appreciate that for a large number of people, I just, you know, commands don't work on what you'd call non-binary systems. You can't throw command lines at trinary systems because they're not going to function well when somebody else is trying to command them to do something because they are their own god themselves, and so the commands don't work. They can see it and use that as an outline to do something themselves. But I've seen too many people use the commandments within the Bible and other frameworks to control people in a bad way. And even these new people that come out trying to like, oh, we're gonna help you and we're gonna do this. I've seen them. They're not good people. Let's just put it away. They always come out like, oh, vegan laws and commandments. Well, am I gonna read the Bible? Like, man, get the fuck out of here. You like it's a hippies trying to use the Bible while using computer algorithms. Well, nah, y'all fucked up anyways. You ain't really about trying to help people. You're just trying to about fucking. I can see what they do. It's already been done. Yeah. I mean, hey, you know what? Why won't they just go write their own like look at if the program is already there's already programs, but you can write your own grimoire and they don't do that. They could write it, but instead what they do is they take an overlay of six other systems and just put them together. Like that's nothing new. You could actually create your own thing. Don't worry, like in what they're doing, they're getting something as that would be seen as energy followers, people that will bleed for them, BOIs, the boys, the blood over intent motherfuckers. Goofy. They're goofies. I can tell you how to do it for yourself. Write your own commandments first and do it for yourself. You know, nobody needs to. It's with this between you and the elementals, you and your own God, you and I. You know, that's what it is. And now, if you want to take that to another level and say, hey, these are the things that I think and I speak, follow that. Don't use a computer system and a faulty computer code and a binary system based upon old world technology that is manipulative and fascist at worst and patriarchal at best and perhaps influences only a dynamic of duality. That's ridiculous. Why aren't they writing? Why aren't they talking out of tribal codes? They're not just because they talk about a tribal in the Bible. The Bible already tells you it's binary code, not tribal code. Tribal code, that's usually a mouth to ear shit. And if they do write it down, it's written differently. It's not written in how obvious the code is in the Bible. You know, and it's like everything. The Bible's the best thing. No, it's not. It's a tool of manipulation and control, and they try to use it. And then they say, well, I figured it out because I'm using gematria. I was like, yeah, but that's not the whole thing. What's up, Joy Scott? Um, takes three to make. It takes. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for upgrading that. It takes three to make. Yeah, don't collect the 200. Yes, thank you. That is exactly right. It does. It does. You can't. You can't. You can't balance something without a third point. You can't. You can't. You can't have a. You can't make another generation. Another generation is why tribal systems always count in threes. They don't count in tens. They don't count in twos. They count in threes. Mother, father, child. Mother, father, child. It's how it works. That's how you make another generation. It doesn't matter what the child is. As long as this continues to happen, you're making another entry into the thing. Mother, father, child. If you just keep dealing with dual systems, all you the battle, nothing wins. Nothing. A new generation never formed if it's always in biology. Just say that for a joke. It's not a trilateral. Yeah. Because like what's funny if these two people act like fighting but they're on the same team, they don't really care who wins because they're still going to get what they want. But if the third person involved and someone's going to disagree, they're not all going to be on the same team. And then the two people that are weaker, they're going to be like, oh shit, well, okay, well, all we got to do is get, between us we got to get 50% of the thing. So fucking, this is why the Green Party, the centrist party, all the other fucking things aren't even looked at because that's all they do. Could you imagine one intelligent person to get an open forum to speak to somebody that's Republican Democrat? They would eat up MCs. They would eat their ass all day, and people would just go, huh. But that can't happen. That doesn't happen in the system as such because it's run on duality and binary and split vision. They're not using this, they're not using this, they're not using their mind, their hearts, and their cock, their balls, their testicles, their ovaries. They're not using, there's a reason. Because they maintain control. They maintain control by just confusing everyone. You can't confuse everyone if there's three people. Someone's going to win that. Two people, they just like, oh, somebody acts like they get knocked out. Okay, they get up. This is fun. Next time I'm knocking you. You play heel, I'll play toe. Next time we'll change it. Third person goes, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna knock both of you motherfuckers out. And they go, oh shit. Then the one true God rules it all. Why do you think the capstones broke? Why? Because they didn't want a third party. A third party would have fucked everything up. Because then it would have allowed things to spin properly, balance things properly. Nah, people don't like that. Because then, just like in tribal systems, what happens? Who is the chief of a tribal system? The one that's chosen by the tribe. Not by someone saying, I'd like to run to be the president of the CEO, the chief executive. No, that's not how it works. They just, it usually doesn't want to be the head of the tribe. And they're kind of always the reluctant leader. That's how tribes work. That's how someone becomes like that's who you need to listen to. And they have all the feathers and they're the totem pole. It's all up and down their spine. They're everything. And they just go, I don't want all this power. But it's like entrusted in them because there's no one else that knows as much as they do. They can do what they can do. But in a binary system, in that system, like everybody's trying to be chief out here of a company. How is there 6,000 companies? It doesn't even make any sense. None of it makes sense. It's all fucking, it's malarkey. Hey, hi, Parsival. Oh shit! Unless you've been in a relationship with a third wheel. Well, when you say a third wheel, are you saying like you got a man and a man's boyfriend? You got another woman too, or like, or just like, or you just like out like there's just another somebody that's always around? Third wheels are a lot of fun. It's a lot of balance if you know how it works with them, But in other times, it's like you want that one-on-one intimate like connection, but which is good because it can always happen in either like in a triangulation. You can have it this way, you can have it this way, and you can have it as long as it all works. When it works, you don't always have to have a triangulation or a third wheel, but I like to ride my bicycle. I like to ride my bike. Some people want to go hang out on a unicycle. Sometimes I want to be on my unicycle. That shit's crazy hard to do, but hey, fucking, it's fun. Looks goofy. Haha, and I can juggle too. And sometimes I like a bicycle, and sometimes I like a bicycle because it's just comfy. A tricycle is comfy. I mean, tell me, when's the last time? I mean, isn't it so? Bicycle is just the most reasonable because it's the most reasonable way to. Oh, you little bastard. I suppose reasonable interaction because that's how you're built. But a tricycle is very. Oh, I'm gonna get you, little fucking faggot ass. Yeah, I did. I said faggot because he's a bundle of sticks to burn him. He came in from the outside. He came from the outside. I'm gonna burn him. I'm gonna burn some sage in a second. Oh yeah, lies and secrets sucks. I mean, I couldn't even imagine. Like that's relationship at the end. You know, the worst part of a relationship is with someone that's cheating. It's not that they were cheating. It's not at all. It's not that they were having even relations with someone else. That's never it. Because some relationships should be one-on-one, just two people. Some people are perfect that way. Other ones, there's some third or maybe a community. Who knows? I don't know. It's different for everyone. But it's the problem is if I'm with someone for say I'm with someone for a year, and about 9 months in they start relating with someone else, but don't tell me, and then I find out. The problem is not that they were lying or cheating per se. It was the fact that if you would have told me 3 months ago that you wanted to have relations with somebody else, then I could have also done that because then that would have been fair and equal. But instead, the lying and the cheating is equivalent to out. You're literally you're getting more out of something on like you get. So you're gonna say, oh, hey, today here's what we're having for dinner. We're gonna eat potatoes because this is what we can afford, and some rice. This is what we're eating: potatoes and rice. And you go out and you have some broccoli and a sirloin steak on the side. You know, if that's what it is, or it could be the other way around. Whatever the fuck you think it is. It's like, well, how come you get to eat over there, but I can't? You know, I could went and eat over there too. You just said we're eating this is what we're eating because this is how we getting down, and we're gonna grow together and figure shit out, right? But instead, you're gonna over here go and get and scooping up this on the side. And if you are, okay, cool. You know what? If I'm gonna go over here and make some like if you want to go make some dough doing that, okay, fine. You're gonna make some cheddar doing that. You're gonna get some biscuits doing that. I can go do this shit over here. Maybe it's emotional for me. Maybe it's financial for you. Maybe who cares? If we're okay with that, then we're okay with that. But that's the where the problem lies. It's not the fact that it's else is all up in your cookie jar. Some people are not gonna be okay with that, and then you just change. You just move on with relationships somewhere else. But that's the problem always. You used to ride a tandem with your blind uncle. That is the creepiest thing I've ever heard in my life, Melissa. So you used to get blindfolded and you go skiing. You jerk off two uncles. That's so funny. Yeah, it's not it's never it's it's like here's a common problem in relationships, and this is something that's happened to me in a couple. It's happened to me in the longer ones that I've had. One is that the reason I don't tell you anything is because this is how you act. This is how you respond every time I tell you something. I'm like, no, I'm responding to what you're telling me now because this has been what's happening for a month or two. And it does I'm not talking about like fucking some other dude because I would be like out. I'm like, bitch, no, this ain't working. That's not okay. I'm not getting simped out like that. No. But, you know, just certain things like this is why I don't tell you things because this is how you act. I'm like, if you would have just talked to me before, we wouldn't have had this dialogue. It wouldn't have looked this way. I might have disagreed with it at the time. I might not have. I might have agreed with whatever the prospect of whatever it was. Buying a fucking, you know, a new something or getting this or I don't know where it could be anything. You know what I'm talking. You know the conversation I'm talking about. But this is how you act. I just why don't tell you anything. Like no, I'm responding because you didn't tell me to begin with. You didn't make it an open source that we could. And here's why. Probably because at the beginning, that we'd have a conversation. I'd be like, you know, that's the most ridiculous thing. You shouldn't do that. And here's why. Or I give some logical and reasoning. Blah blah blah. And then they do it anyways. It's like you ever talk to a kid like, don't do that, and then they do it, and you're like, the fuck is wrong with you? That's how you act. Like, well, I already told you and gave you clear reasoning, emotional reasoning, mental, physical reasoning that this is a bad idea. And then you think it's my fault, and then in the future you don't tell me to begin with, and then all of a sudden, you know, 3-4 months down the line. But every time I tell you something, it's how you act. You act all like crazy. It's like so angry. That's some funny shit, ain't it? Communication is it's communication based upon it's not just in singular relationships. It's because people are brought up in systems that don't allow for open, honest communication. You know, parental figures, fake authority figures, teachers, you know, fake teachers that tell you sit down, shut the fuck up, parents that tell you no to everything, that don't know how to fucking, they have no idea. It's I'm taking a piss right. Well, I'm not. I'm giving a piss to the sink. Oops. You creeps listening to me. Oh, your family dynamic sucked? Yeah. I think most people suck pretty awfully in different ways. I know there's some people that had decent, uh-oh. Oh, I think, dude, holy shit. I think the whole building's water went off. It wasn't just the hot water. See, told you some weird shit's gonna happen. Now they're gonna take away the water? This is no good. I might have to go somewhere. I might have to go pick up gallons of water. What the fuck? Is this what they're doing now? They're gonna break the water? It's not cold. It's not cold enough to freeze anything, so the pipes didn't break. That's a fucking lie. Right there, that's a fucking lie. Big D? What you talking about? The big D? Diarrhea? You got the big diarrhea? Yeah, there you go, Melissa. Keep surprising me, and you don't like the reaction. Surprise! Surprise! I did it. You know, it surprised me on anything. It could be good, and I'm gonna be happy. But if you surprise me with literally something that we talked about, like, do you know about the funny ones, like, um, girls like, I got a surprise for you, and then she's like brings a puppy home. You're like, that you just surprised me with a 12-year commitment. That's a fucking dog. You can't do that. That's not fair. Especially if you talk about like, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea, or I'd like to get a puppy, but I don't know. Like, surprise, it's a puppy. No, you don't surprise someone with that kind of commitment. You surprise somebody with a fucking fruitcake, and they don't like fruitcake. Hey, no fucking harm, no fall. Hey, maybe I told you, baby, I told you like 6 times I hate fucking fruitcakes. This is so stupid. I mean, next time, give me what the fuck I like, huh? You know, and so that's the thing. It's like, somebody specifically tells you, here's why I don't like something, and then they do it anyways. Like, there are certain small little, jabs and things that we do at each other always, which are funny to all of us. You know, women try to like rip your heart and soul out. Men just like, like your parents hate you, and your father's a piece of shit, and your mom, she's a slut, and she's a drunk. Oh, thank you for just go ahead. Thanks for all that. Like, men will never do that to a woman, or, to another dude even. We'll just make fun of them to them about something very, like, yeah, and your outfit makes you look fat. Oh my god! Like, I'm like, did you want to go a little deeper? I'm sorry, that was too insulting. No, it's not your outfit. It's not your outfit that makes you look fat. It's you that makes the outfit look fat. They don't want all that. They get fat. They get fat, and somehow it's your fault. This is why I'm going gay, bitch. Nah, I just couldn't. I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me to go gay. I've tried it. It's not gonna work. Just like the smell, the size, comfort, feeling, all of it, everything. Woman, gotta have it. It's just. That's why women are the devils. They're evil little demon creatures. I just started watching this show American Gods last night. And the first fucking, okay, what an amazingly weird show. I'm already into it because of the cinematography and everything that's going on. It's crazy. Joanne G, I'll get to you in a second. What's going on? And there's a scene right in the beginning of it that there's this really sexy black chick. She meets this dude on a date, and she's talking. She's like, just tell me, just worship me, be mine, I want you to tell me how much you adore me, how much, tell me. And he goes, I don't know what to say. And all of a sudden he starts going into like speaking in tongues as she's like fucking him. And all of a sudden he starts going and starts using this other name, and his voice starts changing. And he's if you've never seen American Gods, I highly suggest. I haven't seen the whole series. I watched the first episode, and I'm fucking beside myself with how awesome it is. So she's just making him say all these things, and just going into this kind of say it again, and he goes into this trance and does all this crazy shit. You can have anything, you can have my house, you can have my money. And all of a sudden you see her just go, and her hand starts to become really big, and she just grabs him and pushes him up inside of her, and then she just lays there. Because at first she goes, do I not look like I used to look? This is when they first meet at the bar, I think. Do I not look like a spring, kind of like a spring chicken? Do I not look, am I not looking old and haggery? And the guy's like, you are the most beautiful thing I've ever touched in my life that I haven't had to pay for. It's kind of a funny little joke, but it's kind of like a okay, goofy looking older black white dude, and this black chick who's looking a little bit advanced age, I think a little bit, still pretty, still very good looking, but. Now they have relations. She sucks him up into her body, then lays down and stares in a mirror at herself, looking younger. And she has literally devoured him, and she's gone. Fucking hilarious. So Fucking women are witches, man. But don't ever sleep on men being something magi and warlocks and such as well. Just so you know, it works both ways. So you got to watch out for dudes too. Most men don't know of their power. Women know of their power. They just kind of hide it. Some don't know. Yeah. How long have I been single? Uh, I've been without relations even for a year since this whole fucking thing. I think I was with like one chick. Like, yeah. Then I got old somebody that I knew. It was just like it was like right during the beginning of the whole scammy whammy plammy, uh, the fucking whatever this shit's called, the bronies, the balonies. But other than that, no. There's no way. What am I gonna do? I don't know. I don't have online dating. I don't do the online dating really. I haven't in probably a year. Even before that, I didn't even really use it just because I'm like I can just walk outside and get hopefully, hopefully I could scoop this up. Nah, man, it's fucking terrible. Maybe you have not met the right woman. At my advanced age, I would hope I would have met something near that. I've met a few that probably it was usually timing wise, just timing wise didn't work out. Whether or not like what they were doing in their life or where I was at, it just. But I mean, other than that, probably would have worked out. If we were, most of it was like yeah, it was really timing, a little bit of age difference, but lot of, I've had some close to dope relationships. And there was a couple that like a couple chicks that I would have been with, but they had literal like they got impregnated by their ex-boyfriend or something. They had an open relationship and like all of a sudden, hey, off to Mexico. Oh, like there's plenty of chicks that. So I mean, the right one, I don't know. There seems to the options are like if there's 7 billion people, that means 3.5 are women. Okay, 0 to 20 is out the game. 60 to over is out the game. And then how many I'm like one in. What's the chances? One in. If it's one in a. You're one in a million, baby. I don't know. I've put my token into the arcade game and played long enough, and just it doesn't seem to. I guess I'm done gambling. I don't know. The lions that want to know what it feels like to be a gazelle, a gazelle bunchram. Isn't that Tom Brady's wife's name? Gazelle, Giselle. It's a joke because she controls him because Tom Brady most likely was a tranny, but whatever. Oh, I'm not suggesting all women are cruel. I hope you misheard me there. I'm just saying, it's both. It just I don't think people accept enough because of the over feminization of culture and men and everything these days that everything's going to this point. Nobody can take jokes anymore. Everything a woman says goes. It's like you can't. We want equality, but I can punch a dude, but I can't get hit back. Haha. Such fucking corny shit. They want to play basketball and get paid the same money, but they can't even make a free throw. It's like that kind of bullshit. uh, like right now, like I really wish I was gay or at least bisexual. If I was gay or bisexual, I could get laid still right now, even despite all this. Now it's just a little difficult because there's because with gay dudes, you can be like, "Hey, you trying to fuck, buddy?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, I don't want to fuck, but I'll suck your dick." Like, I know gay dudes. They're always like that. But with the mask on, no clubs open, no bars open, nothing to do. It's like a no-win. Like, what am I gonna go head on some chick in a library? Let's start going to the library just to hit on a chick. I don't buy. Are they gonna be there? When am I gonna go to a grocery store? 'Cause nobody goes grocery shopping anymore, and they're all gonna have a mask on. I don't know if anybody looks like. And then if you're wearing a mask anyways, like, well, I'm gonna. Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna meet you during the middle of the day with a mask on, and somehow we can't even communicate because it sounds like this. And then Like, yeah, and you want to come back to my house and take your mask off? What is that like? Taking your mask off is like probably fourth base, which is, you got third base and you got home run. Fourth base is like literally like, I don't even know. I know chicks that will go raw dog on a dude, and dudes will go raw dog and not take their masks off. Seeing people like make out with masks on, I want to blow my fucking brains out. Like people are fucking retarded. Like, you got a Robert? No, cause fuck me anyways. Can you take your mask off? I'm not getting that Roners. Get, get all the fucking. You can fucking blow a baby into me. We can fucking do that. You give me all the fucking ah. Would I like a girlfriend if a relationship was smooth? Yeah, definitely. I just it's everybody got their fucking, especially now, everybody got their baggage, man. The baggage now is even deeper. Like, well, I mean, it's nicer because it's you could find a real one, because now it's pretty. It's almost like the scarlet. Right now, it's the scarlet letter. If you're wearing a mask, you are equivalent in the opposite direction. Even though I know it's the same direction, it's in the opposite direction of what the scarlet letter was. Like, you know who's like free, open, honest, and understands anything, versus like who's just like a goofy ass, listen to nonsense, rule following, bootlicking schmuck. Well, so now you kind of, it's in a sense, you're like, oh, now I know who's better and who's not. But but yeah, certainly I would be in a relationship. Been in a lot of relationships, some short, some long, some open, some not. I just, what the fuck to do? And just meeting people is not a fucking easy task right now. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. The leaving at the door is this. Yeah, is that internal shadow self work that nobody does. Like, going immediately into another relationship is not the healthiest thing to do. That getting out of a relationship and you just want to be around someone, so you're like, oh, I'll take this next relationship, and I need a warm body next to me. Well, I mean, I've long enough done the self work just in general, mentally, physically, spiritually, and now, like, fucking, I don't know, like, I haven't even. You want honest? I haven't even fucking. I don't even know the last time I washed my sheets, because who the fuck else is in here? I don't really care. Like, yeah, I cleaned my house. I just cleaned my whole fucking house. I just, like, it was like, I'll do it tomorrow. Like, fucking, I'll wear my goddamn shoes to bed. I'm kidding about that. But you know what I mean? It's just like, I just don't really fucking care. It's like, well, for what? I sleep in you make your bed, you sleep in it too. Fuck it. It's good enough. It's comfy. It's cozy. What am I gonna do? Dog sleep on the ground. What the fuck am I? I'm no better than a dog. Well, thank you. Handsome. Wow. Well, thank you. I didn't. I've not been called such things in quite a while. You're really stroking my goat like beard. Smart. I'll take that. See, I can be all of those things at different times, and I can be really incredulous, not good looking, and not zen like, or um, well, I'm always pretty funny. John, okay, that's cool. Thank you. Oh, Melissa, that's hilarious. There's a cat. If I walk down the street, if I go and make this banana pudding, because I want to go to the store and get banana pudding makings, there's a cat on the way there. It's an outdoor cat, but it lives at a house. But it's so weird. Every time I walk by, as long as I don't have my music on, it will look at me and walk over to me and start, meowing, and then will follow me across the street. And I watch this cat. I've seen this cat many, many times. Anyone else maybe might walk up to and like say hi or whatever, and then go back to the porch. But like whenever I'm there, just like look up at me, and it's like literally stands next to my feet and walks with me and stares at me and across a major street with me, which it knows the stand is block. I know where the cat is. I know it stays between these two blocks. It's at this restaurant that always hangs out at, and then this house up the street. I know this cat doesn't cross over the major highway, but it crosses these other streets with me. It's really weird, and I don't even know it like that. And I was like, oh, I don't have any food. I don't know. She's like, meow. It's well fed, well taken care of. And one time I was petting it, and it started doing that like shaky thing, where like it went all the way to its tail. I was like, oh man, I just gave you man Kundalini. I Kundalini'd this fucking cat. Cat was like having an oh, it was having a meow oh moment. It was like a oh. I was like, I just pet you. I didn't even do anything. Uh, yeah, the cat moaning. What up, crow? The old cat moans. The old cat crow. Um, fucking funny. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna. My friend of mine was like, "Oh, you should get another dog after Meat While I passed," and I was like, "You're crazy." I was like, "Yeah, I want to deal with that again. I want to deal with my best friend dying after hanging out with her for 17 years. Just let me get another one so I can just know going into it that another. Let me just start the stopwatch now when I can go through this emotional, you know, uh, tribulation, whatever again. Yeah, that's a great idea because I won't ever like this is gonna really help me." I was like, no. Well, you should get a cat. You should get a hamster. You should get a something. Like, yeah, a hamster that I know is gonna die in 2 years. That's really great. Or this tiny little thing. I'm not used to having a tiny little fucking thing around, and I'm probably gonna step on it one day. Could you imagine? Yeah, you want me to fucking actually kill myself? Like if I got a hamster and just was letting it run around like I do let my big fucking pit bull run around, and all of a sudden like one day it gets trapped in a dryer or falls down a flight of stairs, breaks its neck, or I wake up or I roll over on it in bed or I step on it. Yeah, that's gonna be really great for my fucking psyche. Or a fucking cat that's gonna piss everywhere that thinks it owns the place. I'm gonna go from a dog that is powerful and everything to a cat that just is like, meh, bitch, meh. Like, I mean, I love cats, but I don't want a cat. Yep. Oh, speaking of that. Melissa, you went to a shelter? Hold on. She was the only one, so I took her. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, cats are awesome. I love cats. I mean, I say cats are, fuck cats because they're snakes, which they are. Cats are kundalini, cats purr, cats are completely snake-like. Look at their eyes. They got Vesca Pisces. It's a cat. A cat is a hybrid creature. It's 100%. You can tell because their eyes wouldn't change from circular oculars. Like look at lions and tigers and all the cat-like creatures. They have circular eyes. They're more they're like humans. They come from the same realm, circular realm. Look at a snake. They don't come from this realm. They have Vesca Pisces eyes. Look at a cat's eyes. They have Vesca Pisces eyes. It's not from here. It's a hybrid. Anyway, so I mean, I love cats and all, but I mean, all in all, like, not, cats just get fucking wild. I'm just trying to get scratched in the face and have to punch my own. Like, if a cat scratches me, even if it's mine, I'm gonna punch it in the fucking face. Bang, motherfucker. I'll throw a cat against the wall. I don't care if it scratches me. I'll kick it out the window. I know it's gonna land on its feet. Go fucking find somewhere else to eat. That's how I feel about cats. Go find a new one. Cats are fucking dime a dozen, like pussy. You know what I mean? That's why they call them pussies. It's dime a dozen. Go throw a fucking. It's like finding a Jew. You throw a couple pennies in the street, you find where the Jews are at. Hey, we got Jew jokes. We got fucking cat jokes. We got Egyptian jokes. We got pussy jokes. We got women jokes. We got them all. You want some white man jokes? We got that too. Don't worry. I mean, I've had cats growing up. I had cats and dogs growing up, but they were different depending on like they weren't mine. They were my parental figures and my brother, and they were. This is disgusting. Like the cats at first, cats and dogs were good, and then cats and dogs as it was really crazy. When I was young, had big dogs and one cat. It was an indoor-outdoor cat, which was normally inside but could go outside and pooped in the litter box. Dogs were outdoor, and then we had an indoor dog, and then we got smaller dogs and more cats. And then dogs and cats started shitting and pissing all over the whole house, and to the point that the dogs would shake in terror and fear and just start pissing and shitting everywhere, no matter what was going on. And then cats would be shitting all over the house, and then no one would clean it up. Yeah. Really crazy. Imagine that. I've never actually had a cat though. I enjoy them I enjoy them like I like children. I like if they're yours, that's fine. That way whenever they're being all fucking bratty and stupid, I'm like, hey, take care of your kids. You want 3 white German shepherds? Damn, you went from you. That's crazy. You want Okay, so now I'm starting to learn a couple things about you. Let's see if I can figure it out because I'll make the claim to what I haven't seen your video yet, any of your videos yet. But the fact that you want German sheep herders and you want them to be white, and you like the gayest black dude who is anti-white. There's some interest, and you're Canadian. I have a lot of presuppositions about you, and I'm trying to make a funny visualization of you in my head, because all of those are very specific things. There's nobody that would choose Paul Mooney as their favorite comedian. You're a very specific person, especially Canadian people. No way. Um, People that like the German Shepherds in general are, to me, I've only occasionally meet people that are anything but um, overtly patriarchal, masculine, and actually complete assholes. I've never met people with good, they're obviously used as sheep herding dogs. They're used as police dogs. They're always, and the fact that you want them white, I'm getting a lot of clues. So I'm not gonna look at your video because this is more fun game, just so you can see how my mind works. And I've known people that train police dogs. I've known people, and he was a fucking dickhead. He was a fucking complete asswipe. He played hockey too. Funny enough, he was a Polish dude that played hockey that trained police dogs, and he was a complete fucking dickwipe. Not a fucking. And so the first time I got to hang out with him, because it was a friend of mine's married into the family, whatever. He was a fucking chump too, though. Honestly, the first time we hang out, there's like a bunch of us. And he didn't know me that well. And I was like, hey, so we're out drinking. I was like, these shock collars. He's got shock collars on all these dogs. He's got a bunch of them. And I was like, these shock collars here you got. Have you ever used one, like on yourself? He's like, nah. I was like, oh, so you just put a shock collar on these dogs to train them? Yeah, I seen. How about we just, hey, let's just put them on I'll do it first. What's the number that you put on these dog collars? Like, what's the amperage that you put on there to shock them with? And he says, well, it goes up to 30, but we only go up to about like 20, 25 or something. I was like, all right, let's start at like 10, just so everybody. We'll start with it. I was like, we'll just put it in our hands and see what happens. Like, it got funny because we got up to like, I don't know, almost up to 20. And, well, he had an electric fence and shock collars. The shock collars were to train with, and the electric fence was to not let them out the yard. But there was a training device. And yes. And so once we got to almost 20, everyone's like, nah, I'm out. This is fucking too much. I was like, that's crazy. Because, like, isn't it funny? Because we're like, 150, 60, 70 pound people. The dogs are like, what, 80, 85? And you're putting 25 volts through them? Whatever, amperage volts, whatever. I don't know how they measured it. I don't know how they fucking did it. But I was like, that's crazy, man. Yeah, fucking. Anyways, but people that work with or have German Shepherds tend to be very fearful, dominant, patriarchal, abusive. Just in my general thing, I don't know anybody that's cool that has one of those dogs. They need protection because they're either fearful and scared, or they want to dominate something. It's very dominator submissive shit. I've never met anybody any other way. And the Paul Mooney thing is hilarious to me. But then the Canadian thing throws me for a fucking loop because Canadians are cool with everything. So you might just live in the mountains and like the idea of white dogs because they're much different, and mountainous big long-haired dogs, they can live in cold weather. So could be completely different. Maybe I'm giving an Americanized idea. Aggressive men with major sexual issues. Yes, I can tell you about this. This dude, his wife wouldn't even give him head. He had major sexual issues. Like, that's some crazy shit. Yeah, very, very much. Always that way. But then again, that I think is more regulated on the Americanization of things. But because Canadian people, because of the weather, they're gonna have different, you know. I've never seen the womanizers. I've seen men that want to dominate women, that are not very. They're weak themselves, but want to feign towards strength, like they're powerful. That's what I see in the American eyes. Um, no one can ever say that about people with pit bulls because it's all over the map with people with pit bulls. Some want to protect their family, some want to protect their children, some want good companions, some are because they're the most lovely dogs. I've seen all sorts of people own pit bulls. I see what kind of people are going to own Chihuahuas. Labs and pit bulls are the most universally accepted dogs, except for people hate pit bulls because they'll fuck you up. But then again, what do you got? You got like Doberman Pinschers, you got Rotties, Rottweilers, and you got the worst of them all is the German Shepherds. But German Shepherds are the far and away the most aggressive breed of dogs. It's just there's less of them, but and they're always used for any dog can be anything raised, but yeah, but just as it comes to like aggressivity, the most docile are probably terriers, except for the smaller ones, rat terriers and Yorkshire, because they're small stature. I love how all of the things we can. Dr. Mag, I hope you're having fun with this. Fear and insecurities. Yes, there you go. What's up, Finn? Yeah. So, hey, anybody want to do a shot with me? Bang. Bang, bitches. I have this I made this meal yesterday. It was steak and noodles and stuff. And I wanted to turn it into like a hold on. I wanted to turn it into a breakfast burrito. I'm kind of thinking about it right now. I don't really need to eat because I could just stay drinking. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. Should I cook right now? Hmm. Hey, Dr. Mango. Hopefully you're not taking it because nobody here knows you, and it's not obviously. I'm using major stereotypes, but they tend to apply. So that's why I'm just saying I'm trying to picture up an image of what you would look like. It's like you ever hear someone's voice and you kind of image what they look like. And one of my favorite, do I drink every day? No. People ask me this. No, I drink more than most people, but I also fast more than people. I've done many a fast. I took 2 weeks off of drinking. I live in a town that's social drinking. Do I eat? That's like do I drink every day? Do I eat every day? Do I fuck every day? Do I jerk off every day? Do I shit every day? Do I piss every day? Do I drink my piss every day? It's completely different. Yeah, well, good man. I hope you just don't take it as like an aggress towards like who I don't because I don't. For me, I treat every comment on here as if it's just a computer generated something. Unless I've ever seen you in person. If you've made a video and I can kind of accept that that's a real person and it's not just like a CGI some dumb shit, then I can accept it. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, everyone on here to me is just another algorithm. I kind of accept that Melissa exists because she's given me a couple ducats, and I don't know. I definitely talked on the phone one goofy drunken night. But do I drink every day? Most people would see me on here having a drink in my hand, but I don't make videos every day. Sometimes I'll go days without having a drink, or weeks, whatever. But yeah, it's I'd rather drink than eat. You know, whether it's juice or piss or beer or whatever. So speaking of drinking, yeah, there's no judgment. I mean, you can like here people. Here's the thing is this is I guess it's my northeastern thing is like I don't care. Like anybody can get mad. I can get mad. You can get mad. We can be pissed for a second or whatever. But it's like the next day you're like fucking forget about it. Like, and I'm not from that kind of New York Italian shit, but it's kind of like it's water under the bridge. Unless it's something fucking completely like character flaw in someone that is like they're actually a piece of shit all the time, then it's easily adjusted and you can kind of fix it and like go,
We can work with that. Everyone's gonna have their flaws, but if it's a fatal character flaw, then you're just like, which is a very small number of people, you just kind of move on with the shit. How about a fish? What about a fish? Joni K. What do you mean? So who wants to have a drink with me? I got a cup here, and I do have some fish, but it wouldn't make it would make for a fish fillet, but it wouldn't make for a good fish taco. I don't have any fish. Some Stan Wingfield. Used to go to strip clubs every day. Oh, wicked. Okay. Every day? Like every day? No shit. Okay. Well, I mean, hey, to each their own, man. You know what? The only places that I like strip clubs was in Canada. What part of Canada? Because you said you're from Canada. As Stan Winfield is here, there's 3 Canadians that I know. Stan Winfield is a really Canucky Canadian that is very earthy. The other Canadian, well, there's a couple others. The other Canadian is, I think he's Chinese, and he's a strip club goer. And I could understand why. This the only place I like strip clubs is when I used to go to Niagara Falls and Toronto. I'm not really a strip club dude. It was just something to do up there. Yeah, because I could sell it. If it's cold, like what's the best place to go? Huh? You know, you can go to bars, but like a strip club, it's even warmer. It's a little more expensive. I mean, it depends. Depends on what you like to spend your money on. I mean, but shit, you must have had some. You must have had some dough to be going to strip clubs every day. The only thing I can do every day is if I drink more, I eat less, and it actually costs me to buy this. Cost me $18. This should last me. If I'm being a fucking asshole, this will last me for 3 days. Like if I'm being like just getting drunk, this will last me for 3 days. If I'm drinking reasonably, this will last me for 5 days. You know, so $18, and I don't need to eat. Like I just eat minimally. But if I'm gonna eat like every other person, I'm gonna eat what 3 meals a day or whatever. I'm gonna be up to like almost 20 hours a day eating. Even if I cook at home, it's still gonna cost me. You know. Well, cheers to everybody to humor, drinking, laughter, keeping your costs reasonable, but also finding your way to getting a Maybach if you like Maybachs, and a fucking jet ski, and a plane. I don't know, just doing goofy shit. Cheers. Man. Oh, Vancouver. Oh, you on the other side. So you Vancouver's west coast above Seattle, right? That's Vancouver with all the lights. So you smoke a lot and go to strip clubs. Oh, it was a social pressure. Oh, why? So Stan, you gonna say word you didn't like seeing naked boobies everywhere? Uh, bottoms up. I sip on these, but I never been to Vancouver. I've been to plenty of the East Coast cities over there. Hey, you know what? I kind of agree with Stan. Even if he's gonna, it's nice, but it's also there's this thing like everyone's had this. Everyone's seen this. Everyone's touched this. Everyone's looked at this. How awesome is it? I mean, seeing a naked woman is a wonderful thing. I mean, I like the whole geisha idea and all of that. It's like oh, take care of you, very sexy, and you know, I still do all the massage. Oh, you know, and all of that is great. I mean, I've been with strippers, but only. I don't know that I knew any of them were strippers until after I was like they would meet me. I met them out, and they're like, "Oh, they thought you know." And then I didn't know, and they were like finally like, "Hey," I was like, "What do you do? Like, why do you have all this?" At first, I'm like, "You always got nice things." I was like, "You don't really have a day job," and it kind of just became like I was like, "What do you do?" She's like, "I didn't want to because I thought you might," and I was like, "Oh, okay," you know, couple of that, and a couple of chicks I met that I was friends with some strippers, you know, like that I never had any relations with. Well, I mean, I probably should have, but she was super fine. Plus, she had many fucking mental issues. Don't we all? Yeah, strippers are fun. And I've known strippers that like legitimately did not do all the extra shit. because there's one that I knew who was super fucking fun. Like she's a dime piece for real, even without makeup and all that. Because I knew her like after she like I knew her like waking up in the morning. I would like wait. I mean I'd kind of chick I could sleep in her bed with her and we wouldn't fuck just because she just needed comfort or whatever. She was like, I see her in the morning. She's like she's super sexy, and I'm like fuck. One of these days we're probably gonna have to end up fucking, aren't we? She had a boyfriend at the time, so I was like, it was just like she was just that open with everything, but she's like, dude, I make this much money a night, and if I were to do all the extra shit, I'd make this much. And she's like, so I don't really need to do all the extra shit. Like, I was like, damn. She was making like, to say you can just like go walk in anytime you want and walk home with fucking four figures anytime you want. Just walk in, walk out, 4 figures, and get drunk and high, and then just come home and fucking sleep it off. If we go out somewhere, she's like, what do you want to do today? I was like, I don't know. She's like, let's go eat somewhere. I was like, I ain't got money like this. Like, shut the fuck up. I was like, okay, we eating, I guess. But yeah, strip club life is different, man. I never lived the strip club life. I get it. I just, fucking funny shit. Finn, I don't care if you're Japanese, Lebanese, Chinese, Siamese, just be from the 7 seas. I'm strapped with L. I got trapping in smell. Oh no, that's what I'm saying. I know all about that. I know you can. That's the good part of Canada. It's all of stuff. It's all the stuff. Um, yeah, I just like for me. Okay, so getting into that long story, the point was that going to strip clubs, it's just kind of like, all right, you kind of want it to be kind of like, oh, you can see this laser. It's just yours. I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. You can't just be showing it all off. Like I don't mind going out to a club or somewhere and like, if your girl's wearing something fine, just show her off, or like going off, going to the beach, like where the fuck you want. Like I'm not like telling somebody what to wear every day of their life, but like every day, like just be a little bit fucking conservative, you know what I'm saying? Not always just dress like if you got a job, honey, if you got a job interview, or if you're trying to get a raise or whatever, go and fucking dress like a slut, and let me know if you're gonna try to fucking suck the dude off or something for a raise. But oh, nice. So strip clubs and cigars, yeah, that's dope. Wait, Joanne G, do I already know you like that? Which that's so funny because I used to that was one of the places, that's one of the first places I ever got with a stripper, and I'd met her in Fells Point. Where were you? Which, do you mind saying where? How old are you? Did we talk about this before? What part of Baltimore? Because I'm from Baltimore, right? Ah, so okay, so you go from the strip club to the cigar to the okay, so Mango, you live in the life then, my guy. I'm all about that life. Like, it's a different path to live. I would do it. Like I live, like for a lot of people, they'd say I live a very strange life. I don't even fucking know how I get by from day to day. Just somehow figured out. Just my higher self or something. Being a gentleman, it's a rascal, yeah. Oh, you never talk? Okay, so I'm from Baltimore, okay. Um, yeah, I lived all over Baltimore. I lived in Fells. I lived in Hamden. Um, I lived in it's Canton. Well, just above Canton, really. Kind of. I heard they just they revamped the area over there. Um, I didn't really go to any clubs in the city. If you just got outside of there, I went. Oh, you live in Annapolis? I know about Annapolis too. Oh, so you went super white. You found the dude with some money, huh? You found the white dude with some money, and now you live next to the nice things with the boat. I know how this shit works. Everywhere in Baltimore, yeah. I never lived on West Bank. No. No? Yeah, Baltimore. Yeah, I enjoy Baltimore. Baltimore's a cool city. Oh, you are single. How many years are you now? How many years of old? Never ask a woman her age. You're my age? Do you know how old I am? Do we both just look good for our age? Is that what you're saying? Because I normally don't get around. I don't get along with people my age. It just doesn't happen. They don't seem to have the same type of spontaneity, intelligence, goofiness, and general sense of oh shit, okay. Damn, I didn't. Well, I guess I come across as a lot older. Is it my intelligence that comes across as 53? I'm a couple. I got. I'm. You know what? That's so funny. I just seen a meme earlier today, well, it wasn't actually a meme. It was just a chick talking. It was like on a TikTok or something, and she was like 50, and she's like, you know what? Fucking a 50-year-old is like fucking a 20-year-old, except you don't got to worry about having a baby. You don't gotta. I think she said. I think what she said actually was, "Fucking a 20-year-old is much like fucking a 50-year-old is much like fucking a 20-year-old. You just don't gotta worry about child support." Yeah, yeah. I'm 41. I'm 41. Yeah. I know Mount Washington. Okay, 41. Yeah. Tanning salons. Okay. Yes, interesting. People do get tans, don't they? Especially in that climate. In that climate, you just accept that you're your color. You know, at least somewhere else, you get out and you get the sun, and you like. For me right now, I'm trashy, tragically chalky white. This is outstandingly red and white to me. I prefer to have melanation glowing out of my skin. It's okay. I've got enough. It comes out of my beard, my eyes, and my hair. But and I just I just prefer warm weather. But because of this year and everything that was going on, there's nowhere to get a tan. There was no going outside. I mean, there was going outside, just not as fun. I used to walk around, New Orleans every day and get a mad good tan, or lived at the beach or whatever. But yeah, tanning salon's hilarious. Hey Joanne, did you want to trying to hook up with a younger man? Yeah, well, uh, younger man, older God. How's that? I infrequently. Yo, Finn, you say word. Yeah, 4 years. Well, cheers to 4 years. Yeah, I kind of gave. I was like for a little while. I was like full on like asexual. Like not asexual in the fact that I wasn't attracted to women. It's just there's nothing to, like if you just live in a cave, if you just live in your apartment and you just like not really interested in, jerking off and going to sleep. I'm not really interested in. And it wasn't about saving my seed and doing all the kundalini and all that shit. Even though I know all about it, it wasn't for that reason. I just was like, yeah, fucking porn is so fucking so stupid at this point. And I was like, and meeting people in public, there's gonna be some tragic fucking fatal flaw in people's whole personality. Ugh. Childlike goddess in touch with both. Yeah, there you go. Oh, Joanne, so you've watched my shit before. So now you kind of okay, good. That's all I because you said you haven't talked to me before. So a lot of people don't. They're like, dude, I've been trying to get on one of your live shows, but they never get the bell to say that I'm doing a live show. And I'm like, dude, I do fucking live shows all the time. It's like, damn it, I get fucking unsubscribed. The bell shit gets turned off. This has been going on for a long time. But here's me. Yeah, this is what's up. Ah. Yeah, but you know what? I used to be into like sports. I was never into like bodybuilding per se. I can see why it would be, but like only to a certain point. Like I like it for the aesthetics. I can appreciate someone in shape, you know. But then when it goes overboard and it's like about putting muscle on and being this, I'm like, I get it, but for me, it's like I like the standard aesthetics of say body weight exercises and using calisthenics. That's what's up. Now I'm kind of considering if I want to make this snack right now. I want beans and rice. If I do beans and rice, I can make half of it for my breakfast burrito. So it'll be like a steak. I have cilantro and green onions, so I can make some sort of. Let's see. Well, we'll get there, guys. We'll get there. It's only 11 o'clock, and I'm not really required to eat until sundown. And even at that, sometimes I just like fuck it, don't eat for a few days. I know it's really weird whenever you fasted a lot and get on this kind of liquidy thing. The only thing you really want or require is liquids, and the only reason you eat is so you can sleep. It's kind of where I was for a long time, and now this one's got cold. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna eat a lot, put on a bunch of weight. Yeah. The middle path. You know what happens whenever you die, and you watch that little sine wave. It's called sin. It's sitting that limiting the sine wave, left and right. It's creating energy, and then it's called, oh, he's flatlined. What do I think of it? I think it's like death. Now, is death a bad thing? No. Is taking the middle path a bad thing? No. But it tends to be the middle path is the less experiential. Sure, it's balanced and it's great to be on it for some time. I'm all for taking the middle path, but the only way you can ever take a middle path is to have a balance. So if you're walking across a tightrope, you have a long stick to give you balance. So you can adjust your balance. You can fine tune your balance. So you have to be out here. You have to go to the left path or the right path. There's a lot of people always like, oh, the black hand or the black magicians, the black arts, the black magic is bad, and it's the left-handed path. No. I know plenty of people that are black magicians that do spectacular things, and I know people that are white magicians that do shitty things. It doesn't work that way. The right-handed path, the left and the right-handed path are part of the middle path, which is all connected, which is a triangulation of the path, which is, I like full spectrum magic, which is a larger path, which is kind of, what color do you want to use? It's like saying the white path and the black path, left and right. So if I use these three things, if I use black path of the left-handed, the white path of the right-handed, and then I mix them together, I get a gray path. The middle path is the gray, knowing the knowledge of the brain, the grays, the gray aliens. So I'm going to make a black and white and gray. I'm going to make chromio color, but if I use any path I want, I'm using, full spectrum magic and color, actual colors, red, orange, green, yellow, green, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Add it to the black and white, and now you're doing something. The duality that exists within taking left path or the right path, or it's like, just take the middle path. Yeah, okay, well, get to the end. You're not gonna enjoy. You'll be fine. Go do it. And there's plenty of times we should be on the middle path. So don't get me wrong on that, but you're not gonna enjoy your experience. There's nothing there. There's nothing to learn. There's nothing to learn on the middle path. There's no learning. Yeah, how you find knowledge? Because you know the ledge. As soon as you know the ledge, you go over it. You go into the abyss of not knowing, and then you learn again, and then you have found a new ledge. It's like an invisible staircase. As soon as you keep going one direction, you'll find the knowledge of that. You never really fall. I mean, you fall from the grace of the heavens, and you land on the earth, and blah blah blah. But it's the middle path is just fine. But oop. Yeah, I mean, you share the path for a little while. It's like whenever, the idea that Ram Dass said, we're all just walking each other home. Yeah, you don't walk with the same person the entire way. Maybe there's somebody that you walk with the entire way, but then you're still both kind of like, sometimes you go left, they'll go right, sometimes you both, but you're there and you're kind of there, like that's the person, that's your people.
But then other times you just meet people along the path. Sometimes you go this way, you meet them. Sometimes you're in the middle. Yeah, so you'll be on the same path with people for a certain time, but not forever. Yeah. Hey, if you come to a fork in the road, take the fork. Oh, Finn, isn't that what they always do? No, they get the entrapment of they're always talking about, living this life of not having and non-dualism, and they don't need things, and all of a sudden they always have all of these cool things, and they don't, because they say they're not materialists, and they've gotten rid of their ego. Fuck you, you have an ego, and you are not a materialist because you don't respect material. Alan Watts went on and on about this. Like, we don't live in a materialist society because you don't respect material. But these people just get all the nice things. So they are, in a sense, they like all of their objects that they have. They got to wear the right gear. They got to put the gun. Look at, I wear a fucking tunic because I like it. That's me. I like it. Not because it's going to impress someone that I'm some sort of fucking guru or sage or something. And I wear this fucking shirt. And I'll wear this thing. I'll wear I'll wear a hat if I want to. I'll let my hair down if I want to. It has nothing to do with you. But these people, they put on the big, they'll put this on here and make sure the colors are done right. They got the green screen, they put all the fingers, and then they'll always be edited. Watch, they'll always edit their fucking videos. They can't do this shit. They can't stay real for this many hours. They can't do it. Why? Because they get attached to the idea that they're gonna get some physical they're gonna go to heaven. They're gonna get heaven. They bring heaven to earth. They're gonna get the physical things they want. They're gonna get the tantric. They say tantra when they just mean I want to fuck. That's what they're saying. They're saying I'm gonna teach you tantra, but then they go on and about this tantra thing. It means I want to slide my dick up inside of you. That's what it means, really. Like, so just be real with it. Like, bitch, I want to fuck. You want to fuck? I want to fuck. I mean, does that, it means something different? Oh, you're so nasty. Or sometimes, you're so nasty. Or sometimes like, hey, can I make love to you, girl? Doesn't mean anything different. Same thing's going to happen. Some just suck at it. Some just suck at making love. Some suck at fucking. I don't know. But just because they use the word tantra does not mean, it's just trying to pull pussy. That's all it is. Twats and thoughts. Yeah, the value is lost because there is no value in the money. The money and the image and the item. It becomes the whole thing that everything speaks out against. Like the image is not the thing. The idol worship, like, you shouldn't. It's not the image of the thing. It's what it is. It's what's underneath it. Could you imagine, like, if you were like, there's this, like, what's behind door number 1, door number 2, door number 3? There's 3 eggs there. Which one do you pick? You don't know, because you don't know what's inside of it. But if everyone's shell was like, you just pick the shell that was like fanciest, like, just because it's a fancy shell, maybe you get a fucking retarded little fucking retard dinosaur baby, and the shell that was the ugliest, it comes out, this is the most glorious thing. You don't know, because people are too focused on the image of things. They're not paying attention to what's beneath that image. Image is so far away from the center. If the smell will tell you, the ears will tell you. The ears are the balanced. The ears are the most center, balanced, so it can give you a balance. The nose is the central part of the face. This is why they say the nose. These things are the least powerful. This and this are more powerful than these, by far. So we live in a world of image, not a world of feeling, because these won't tell you anything about how you feel. They'll tell you whether or not to perhaps engage or don't engage. This will tell you how you feel. How often could you hear something you're like, ugh, that fucking sucks. That music sucks. Or that music goes, oh man, I'm emoting. You infrequently can look at something so disgusting that it makes you ill. Or look at something so beautiful that it'll make you cry. You can smell something that will make you fucking almost fucking, oh, fuck, come in your pants or vomit. This can happen. These can turn you. This can definitely center of your face. It's for a reason. It's the most balanced place. These are the most unbalanced. This is a balance here. This is trying. This is a quad balance, and it connects directly to your brain. Your ears don't. Your eyes don't. Yeah, oh, it ain't the fin. There you go. Yeah, it's funny to me. Hey, like, hey, and here's what I always say. If I ever get hooked up with shit, Don't ever say that Zen wasn't out here going, hey, don't worry, I like nice things. I don't. It's not, I'm not gonna sit here like I have this cool little character guy over here that somebody got me from Hawaii, and he's awesome. So he sits there at my window. So I let the window open. He's got a guitar, and he represents something. It's cool. I like him. I like having nice things. I like living. Um, I like the aesthetics of things. I like comfort. I like creature comforts. I don't deny the real world. I'm not like, oh, I'm not part of this thing. And I need to, And so if one day you see me with a lot of shit, don't say I didn't tell you I didn't want a lot of shit. I like shit. I like all this stuff. Do I want to own it all? Do I want it all to be mine? Do I want a big house? No. I'm happy in a small space. Like, would I like to have something that had room for a studio for art, for clay work, for a massage room? Like, I've lived in houses that were perfect for what I wanted, but it wasn't the right area in the world to do it. I had a space. I had my massage room, a massage table, a second bedroom that was reading room and other shit, and my bedroom was huge, and the kitchen was big enough I could cook in, and the living room was cozy, cool fucking place. But it was in a small fucking town where I didn't really have an outlet to, I want naked bitches all over my house so I can paint their body with all sorts of different, colors. And yes, and I want to wash them off and make love to them, and I want to give them massage, of course. What kind of idiot would I be like? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I don't like the soft, wonderful, creative nature of women. What kind of idiot would I be? To say no, I don't want a house that's beautiful. I want to live in a shanty. What kind of idiot shit is that? So when these people are always like, oh, I don't, the real world, and they're sitting there wearing all of this thing, they've got that, you can tell they've done their eyebrows, they've done their makeup, and like, man or woman, like, get the fuck out of here with your bullshit. uh, Stan, well, yeah, I'm speaking. Thank you. Yeah, it's a generality for sure. There are different ones, but I mean, the Tao and the Tantra as a totality is like, what isn't the Tao? What isn't tantric? Having a conversation with people sometimes is exquisite. Now, does that mean that I'm a sapiosexual to a degree? But like, and am I turned on by it? Yes. Am I turned on by just the smell of a woman, by the way she looks? Yes. Am I turned on by dudes in a sense of like how powerful they are? Like, yeah, but do I want to have relations? No. There's a turn on in a sense of, wow, look at the potential of something. Am I turned on by people that can cook well? Yeah. But I mean, just because you can cook well doesn't mean I think you could really truly like physically make love, because like, you got a peg leg, and your arms don't work. All you kind of cooking like, okay, this ain't gonna be a good fucking experience. I'm not into like that mutual healing versus, yeah, the black, white, and red is where it's always. I mean, the black, white, and red of Tantra is the same reason the pyramids in Egypt were black, white, and red. One was limestone, one was red marble, and the other was black granite, right? So that's how they do it, and because it has different frequencies that the piezoelectricity is working with, so it's creating power that way. Yeah. Damn, Melissa and Finn are going off. They're having like a poem recital right now together. Your humanity, which is not to the grave, divine, which has not been expressed by the Holy Mother of Health. Meow, meow. And meow, 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 meow. New Age fucking dozers over here. Yeah, this is. I don't know how many times people are like, hey, Zen, why don't you go talk to this person? I'm like, you realize that person's mad new agey, right? And it's not gonna, they don't want to talk to me. There's a lot of people that like, they won't talk to me. I'm on their side on 90% of things, but they know that 10% of it, I'm just gonna go fucking, no, I'm not accepting your bullshit and you're wrong. There's people that I've had recent conversations with that are piss drinkers. But I tried to tell them about a couple of other things that are very important to health and well-being, and they try to say that I'm crazy, that I'm a moron, and well, they're sitting there at like 23 years old and been vegan for 2 years. I've had this conversation so many times. I'm like, maybe I've been down that path, and I've been fucking teaching and knowing this shit for longer than my life, and I've actually traveled these paths and saying this is the wrong one, this is what's gonna happen, and they're like, you fucking dummy, you don't even know about fucking Santos Bonacci, do you? I don't know about oh, okay. Well, I studied. Well, you studied this, but I studied synchromysticism and synchronicities and all. Oh no, I've never heard of this. I don't even who are these people? I don't know. I'm like I fucking studied with the people that taught the people that you even have just found yesterday, and like now you know everything. I'm like Jesus Christ, these fucking dudes, these fucking dudes. Yeah, whatever. Do I watch television? Of course I do. Do I watch television? I have a television. Do I watch a television as in television programs that are on like the no? Do I watch movies, shows, stuff? Yes, because I know what I'm looking at. Because I'm not watching it from the sense of being programmed. If once you know it's a program, you understand what are they doing to program. It's in so many different books of know thy enemy, then you can understand. It's like a you know. It's in the 48 Laws of Power. It's in Machiavelli. It's in so many things. It's just about understanding what's going on. And then and actually, when you come to a larger fundamental reality, and when I say fundamental, I mean, what are they using symbolically in there? Are they saying something beneath it is more important? And they're disguising it by saying, hey, well, the people that are paying my bill, thing that's like looks demonic, but they don't know the higher level I do. So we're gonna make something that looks all weird, fucked up, that maybe on the surface is weird, but underneath there's high levels of color, symbols, sigils, all of this. If you pay attention to this, you need to be taught. So I watch it from that standpoint, you know. So yes, I do watch television, but yes, it's observation. It's not telling lies to me. I can see what the lies are. It's like I'll talk to a liar all day. I trust everyone implicitly. I trust I trust a thief to a thief. I trust a whore to give me a really good blowjob in an alley while sticking her first knuckle lubed up with with some butter from the French, whatever. The point is, yeah, you can learn plenty from liars, but you can also learn from the Hollywood because they're lying. They're using lies to tell the truth. Watch people, politicians, they're used to tell lies, and you can observe it, and then you can look at deeper levels of magic. But especially with TV's really good directors, they're showing you. And even look at Stanley Kubrick. His name is Stanley Cubed Brick. If you watch all of them doing, let people down, and ruined him in a way. And that was he filmed the moon landing, and he said it right on camera. And then people were like, nah, that doesn't, no, he's just old and stupid and senile, drunk. Same thing they said about fucking Neil Armstrong. When Neil Armstrong full on blast came out, this little girl was like, Neil, you can tell when you went to the moon, and she starts going to us, and she goes, you could just see he's just old and he just knows he goes. Well, here's the thing is that just never happened. We never went there. Why, I can't tell you. What are you gonna do? That's but most prior to it, because it was already encoded in their work. It was already encoded there in Hollywood. So Uh, yeah, I think Finn. Everyone's telling you to keep safe and take care, but you ever think you can realize no, I think that can be too safe. I think that's probably what you meant, but yeah, people that do too much safe shit is not. You're not gonna. Okay, what we. You know what? If we all go to death's door, what would you do on the way there? You have fun on the way. Just walk straight there and go. I'm safe. I'm safe. And you go, hey, Haig, and then we just see each other and we go. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Like, we're finally at death's door. Yeah, I was like, it's gonna be the same, but I don't know that. I was like, but if you just came on this path over here and over there, you'd realize what this door is. It's the same thing going any other direction. But I took the right arrow safe path and I know where we're going. I don't think you know where we're going, but I know it'll be fun. Four arguments again. Yeah, I get the larger perspective about simple-minded people that are against television. But here, I'm gonna give you 100 reasons why television is good. Write a book on it. Here's why. Um, because no matter here's number one, and this is the most overlining, arching symbol of what I'm going to say. Stop listening to music. If you're going to stop watching TV, stop listening to music. That's a program. Cut it off. You're going to stop listening to music. Don't go to nature and listen to birds. Don't go out there. Don't talk to another person. Ooh, programs, because now they're influenced by the birds they were listening to, the TV they were watching, the music they listened to. Stop eating food because it has a bunch of poison in it. If it's not poison. Stop eating psychedelics. Stop smoking weed. Doing anything. Literally, you have to stop doing anything. The idea that TV is somehow bad is the same reason that people think that rock music is the devil, and that you should wear a condom and they should condemn you for not, and you should, all of these ridiculous religious notions. People that believe that TV is bad and don't watch it are the same people that are using a device that is no different than a television to express their point of view. That's the same thing that's happening on the TV. They're nothing different. No less. Look at that thing right there. See that big fucking thing? It's nothing less than that same thing in my hand. I'm using it as a two-way mirror. I'm using it as a white screen and a black screen, which is powerful. But for people that are going to read his book, there's no different than going to the library and buying a book. A book is propaganda too. A book is no better. A book is no better. A music is no better than TV. They can all be used for many different purposes. There's some music that exposes things and tells you things that you should know. TV will too. Music will too. Some of it will get you in a trance and have you doing some wild ass dumb shit. Don't get me wrong. People think that just television is bad unequivocally. The only thing that I can think of that's close to just bad is a gun. That's about it. But saying that that's bad is that's just as lame of me to even assess, because you know why? And then oh well, you said a gun's bad. How about a bomb? How about fireworks? How about Then you got to go to that, and I go, yeah, you're right. So what happens? So everybody get a gun. I already got a sword. Swords are bad. Swords kill somebody. Yeah, you can cut your meal, or I can use my mouth and use words, swords and words, and I can cut people with my words. I mean, I don't know what's good, what's bad. But television is not in any way, neither is Hollywood bad. I'm on Hollywood's side, by the way. Even though I'm not, I don't have my SAG card. I don't got my Studios Actor Guild. I'm not in any clubs. None of that shit. That's not me. I just know that they're not doing as much evil as people think. You're being told something else by a media source that is going to try cut down Hollywood. Hollywood is not a media. Hollywood is using media. Media goes against, because the media is from the Medes, and the Medes are the medicine men. And the medicine men are the ones that stole off of the logic. They actually stole off of the original Holywood and the Holy Tree. So the medics and the medicine men and those things stole from what the holly tree was, which is the Christmas tree, to get it up into beam up out your third eye. That's a very long story that I've told a lot, but that should cover it right there. Thank you, Finn. That's a great. Yes, your own. Your absolute phrase. Your very existence an act of rebellion. Yeah, mindful of what you're swallowing. Hey, hey, Melissa. Next time, whenever I see you in person, I got something you can swallow. Ah, the seed of a god. I remember I was fucking with this chick for a little while. I used to be like, that's the seed of a god you're about to swallow. She was very excited to do that. I don't know what happened to that relationship. You know, those people you're with for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you just like don't hang out with no more. Yeah, pretty good time though. Got something you could swallow over here. You think of that? Hey, Eddie, I got swallowed with seeds. What do you think about that? Hey. All right, so I think I want to drink this beer and make this breakfast taco right now. You guys want to eat? Well, just because I felt like I asked Melissa when she saw me to shout out on my children and made me think of eating. I wanted to eat some of this delicious breakfast. But oh man, this is fucking hilarious. I got no water. I got no water pressure in here. The water is fucking broken in my building. And what's worse is I'm on the top floor, which means no water. There might be a fucking problem here. It's not mine. It can't be just mine. Good thing I don't have to shower right now. Good thing I don't have a fucking... I don't have to do something that requires... Okay, so check this out. Here's what we're gonna do. You guys want to cook with me? Chow mein. These nuts. Okay. Here, let's see. All right, you fuckaroonies. I'll chill with you guys for a little bit longer. So, here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna cook up. We're gonna get these ready. So we got. I've got one perfect timing too. Look at this, all I need. Got one of these left. It's organic. It is spinach. What's some spinach? Yeah, spinach herb shell, which it's going to be going with so we got my rice. I have this rice that I made. It was fried rice, and we got. So you always need, on your breakfast, you need rice, egg. Should I have one egg or two eggs? I think I'll just have one egg right now. Probably enough. And I have all of my deliciousness from yesterday, which is what I was really getting at here. So I'm gonna take my steak and chop this joint up, nice and nice. I got the onions. Already cooked. Steak, and then I got my sausages. Here's how we'll start this. Let's chop up my steak real fine. Steak, you was fine, girl. And I'm gonna cook the steak in a little bit because it's been in the fridge. It's already cooked, so I'm gonna put it in some. I got veggie broth probably ready. Oh, this is about to be so dope. Gotta be dope. What you know about? Shut that right there. Gotta be dope. Might as well. Boom. Okay. So I'm gonna put a little bit of veggie stock, or if you got chicken or beef stock or whatever. And don't forget, we're gonna need this yogurt or sour cream. Veggie stock. We start this with this. Oh, before I do that, we're gonna make this first. Put that right in there. This is why I need a extra thing. I could have it up there, and it could be watching me cook. I can show you what's up.
you'd actually watch me do this. Okay, egg, steak. Got my sauce right there. These are all nicely put that all together. Boom. Okay. All right, this is good. Okay. Let that go a little bit longer. Later, Melissa. Okay. This is about to be fan-fucking-tastic. Oh, cilantro. Already available for me. First thing I'm going to cook is... We got some cilantro right there. We got the steak. Yep. We got rice already ready to go. The egg's going to go next after this shell. Boom. Yes. After this, I'm going to add the little bit of oil, cook the egg really quick. And I'm going to scramble that in the pan. In the pan. Your pans on the floor. Pans on the floor. Get low, get low. Put your pants on the floor. There. So, got this. Cilantro is super dope. I don't care. Everybody's like, it tastes like soap. You got a problem. You should probably go. You probably eat more of it. It probably won't taste like soap if you ever eat it right. If you ever eat it right. I don't know what it is. Maybe your diet sucks. I don't get anywhere where that is anything like soap. That's the weirdest thing. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, there's that right there. Now we'll put a little bit of oil in here. More oil for you. And don't worry, we're gonna have tapatio, and some super hot habanero sauce in here, ready to go. Egg is ready here. Scrambled in the pan. There it is. That's how long it should cook. That's how long it should take to make a good egg. Look at that. Fucking fantastic. Egg can go right there. Okay. Now put that back in here. Take some of this rice. Rice and goodness on here. A little bit of that. And a little bit of... Oh, already got that in there. And as I'm letting that cook up a little bit, I'm gonna have some, because you gotta layer the flavors, I'm gonna have a little bit of onion and a little bit of pepper. Along with cilantro to finish with. So chop this up in here. Boom. Onion, cilantro. Yep. It's pretty perfect. I don't have any fresh tomatoes. I don't feel like opening the can for this. I'm okay without that. Okay. We have the Mexican blend of Shays. I'm gonna put right on top of this here. There's cheese. I'm gonna put the rice and beans on there. This was already some fried rice that I made. Put that right on top of that. Oh, that's about to be sewed out. I told you now, put the veggie in there. Then we take the steak, put it in there. And yeah, I don't even know, dog. Okay. I'm going to put this cilantro all over this already, because it doesn't matter when it's going on here. Got this. Put some yogurt on the side. The hot peppers right there. I'll show you. Steak will go on last. Boom. We get rid of tapatio on the side over here. Tapatio on the right side. Hot sauce on that side. Yep. And we got this right here. Chili habanero. Put that over here too. Oh, that's about to be disgustingly good. We have that right there. I'll be back with you guys in just 1 second. There it is. Some juicy ass steak right there. I don't know why it's ass steak. Right, I'm gonna have this awesome sauce that I've made. Look at this. I don't think you can see what's going on here. So the sauce really, sauce turned out so well from yesterday because it's butter heavy. But now the butter froze on top, and I have this delicious. Oh yes, it's like hot and oh, it's almost like a mole, but it's no chocolate in it. Yep. Don't worry, we'll put a little bit of the butter on there. Right now the butter's a little bit coagulated and frozen, whatever. Okay. And then take this yogurt here. And now if I had sour cream it'd be much better, but sour cream or yogurt works well. And I'll be with you in 1 second, whoever just showed up. Oh yeah. I still don't get this cilantro tastes like soap thing. Alright. Show you what's happening here. Dubai is about to be lucky not understanding. Man, super dope right here. Alright, check the technique here. Here's what we do. Made this thing right here. Okay, so we have the steak. We have the. If we had some tomatoes, it'd be dope. But this will just. Yogurt or whatever, hot sauce, all the good stuff underneath. I'm about to go eat this with this beer. And I'll clean up in a second. Make sure the stove is off. Beer. Taco. I wish I had a bigger shell. Okay. So we're out here. Ben, I mean, some people might be lower. You know what? As some people lower consciousness, some people raise. I don't know. It's like raising the judge. Just because some people don't want to fuck around and be involved with the good shit. They can do what the fuck they want. You know, I used to think it reminds me of what Neville Goddard was taught. He's like, sometimes he goes when Neville's talking to his teacher, he goes, sometimes Neville, you're just too good. You're just too good. You're just trying to be good. Life doesn't work that way. And then he went from like being a vegetarian to eating and enjoying life and helping other people out and experience life as a totality and doing wonderful things for millions of people. Maybe in his life he ate a few oysters and a cow. The only people are going to judge him are fucking Christian, like fake Christians and vegans. But luckily he didn't have vegans around then or they'd have been trying to kill his ass. Mm-hmm. So I go here. Look at this egg steak on this delicious. Look, I can't even get it all in here. But goddamn, let's see what happens. mm. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is that good? I literally made it with a Cajun slash Chinese Cajun slash Chinese fried rice as the base, and then fresh eggs, and then yogurt, and then steak that I already cooked, but then I already had a sauce made for it. Fresh cilantro, fuck, onions, already cooked onions. Mm. Fresh onions, fresh hot peppers. It's just off the chains, off the wall, crazy, out of control, superb, fantastic. Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh, Joanne, do I remember taking a shit? Yeah. I've been there during a few shows. Yeah. No, I'm gonna save that for the other shows. my my pay-per-views. You can pay to watch me shit. mm. Oh man. Oh, wow. That's really fucking nailed it right here. Mm. Mm. I didn't quite understand. One of the single best breakfast items I've ever had. The layering of different flavors from different cultures. There's like 3 different cultures of flavors, and then also some fresh ingredients on top of some leftovers, on top of some. It's stupid.
The only thing that would complete this as a breakfast thing would be like a smack, like a potato, a twice cooked potato, chopped up real small. But even that, uh, I know you don't understand if you watched me cook this. If you didn't see me cook yesterday, it was a leftover steak and the sauce that I made. Cinnamon, nutmeg, garlic, onion, I believe it's cardamom. Worcestershire sauce, liquid smoke, chipotle pepper, 2 types of hot sauce, fresh cilantro, fresh peppers, fresh onions. A little bit of cheese, yogurt. I don't think y'all understand. To get this recipe, you would have to watch 2 of my videos. I would say this is one of the best things I've ever had for breakfast. Oh my god. There's so many layers to the flavor. Oh, there it is. I put thyme. Or was it rosemary? There it is. On the steak. 3 levels of onions. Garlic. So many hot sauce. Fuck. It's so good sometimes. I'm kind of having a little. I'm having a little bit of a fucking kundalini in my genitals. I'm a little bit of a fucking hard on experience. Oh, clean plate though. What's the boy say? In his cooking show, clean plate club, cooking, binging with Babish. Great show. Good guy. A little weird, but funny nonetheless. You're a chef. You got to be a little fucking weird. Holy shit. That was that was magic right there. That was really good. It's one of those meals that's like I can tell I just overate, but it's not making me feel like overfed. If you understand what I mean. You ever just like know like that's too much food, but like sometimes it bothers you. Like yeah, I've just eaten. I ate a whole package of cookies or whatever. Whatever you eat. Damn, it's gonna be that kind of day, huh? Can't even wash my dishes. Got little noodles I can mix up later. I think what I'll do is I'll just cook all day. Because why not? Some days I feel like a fat ass and I want to cook. That's just what I want to do. How you feel about that? With you as soon as I clean off my cutting board, because there's nothing worse than leaving food all over your cutting board.
Well, there's a lot of things worse than that, really. But when you're cooking, it's pretty bad. Or leaving a pan to get, like, you leave the sauce in there and it dries, and you just got to clean it off. That's pretty bad. Okay. Got almost ready to be with. Hey, I'm almost ready for you guys. As soon as I piss into the sink, we'll be good. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Just so people understand, this is a jar. We'll just drink the piss. Oh, yep, gotta fart a little bit when you pee. Welcome. Piss. What is this? What the fuck did I did, glass was dirty. Fuck. What the fuck did I leave in my glass? That's so stupid. Well, I mean, I drink something. I mean, just, whatever. Just it was a dirty glass. I don't know why that. What was in it? Fucking cheers to drinking your piss, huh? Well, that was actually really good this morning. It's has like a little bit of buttery texture to it, little flavor. I did eat some buttery stuff yesterday. Doesn't really have any of the bad salty or sugary flavors. If you ever eat really bad, you'll know right away, because your piss will come out a little bit sugary or salty. If it always comes out that way, you're probably fucking diabetic. And the reason you're tasting all the sugars is your body's trying to get rid of the excess amounts of sugar that you have in your body, and your body's not processing right. And there's like your body stopped producing. They call it insulin, but there's ways of describing this deeper, and that is that if you're getting something like from the outside source, then your body stops producing itself. So if your body runs on glycogen or glucose, sugar, and you start just feeding it only sugar, and again, fruit is not just fruit is just sugar. It's something slightly different to understand. But yeah, if your piss tastes sugary or salty, it will after having a bad meal, whatever the fuck you ate. But it should go away after a couple days. Not in like a day, really. What should I eat? Still gonna keep eating. Eat like a fat pig. Little piggy's in. Come back over here. Maybe what we'll do is I'll 3 hours and holy, it's been that long. Let's do this. I'll come back here in a little bit. So let me go take a shower and just well, fuck, I don't even know if I can take a shower right now. Fuck, I'm gonna go. I gotta make a couple phone calls, see what's going on with my water in this fucking building. And maybe I'll go out in public and we'll fuck around out there. What's up? It's time. Katu and ketamine. Interesting, because ketamine is a time thing. It violates time differently. I don't know if you've ever done it. It's like it works on your perception of time quite a bit. Katsu obviously has something to do with your perception of how long something has passed. So yeah, maybe. All right, everybody. Yeah, I got to get the fuck out of here too, just for a little bit. You guys have a beautiful day. Hey, and as soon as the sun comes out, maybe it'll be nice outside. Maybe you see me outside. We'll go fuck around. Hopefully my water gets turned back down so I can shower before I go out there. But stay cool. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll talk soon. Bye.
Oh, sorry. Bye. And it's like be good, don't lie. I don't know. Just do the best you can. You know what I'm saying? Go inspire some people if you can. Well, I'll be back on a little bit though. So if you just got here, you missed out. Peace.